What's good, y'all? Welcome to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. We got a good episode in store for you today. Starting off, as usual, talking about recent NBA news. Then we're going to get into our All-Star reserves. It's going to be the All-Star episode. And then after, we'll talk about the Super Bowl predictions, as you can see. And as you saw probably on TikTok, my shit was spot on.
Hey, but you got to give him credit.
Hey, they saying I'm a dick writer because I got it right.
Damn.
That's crazy.
But that pumpkin comment was kind of crazy.
Fuck the refs.
But I was right.
Pumpkin. He got injured.
Kind of right, kind of though.
I was right by default, but still. Righter than everybody here.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck the refs.
I'm not a Rodgers writer. At least I'm riding with a motherfucker who been in a Super Bowl more than once.
Rodgers cares about winning MVPs.
We will see. We'll see.
1-1. I got a better record.
Rodgers about to fucking leave, dog. Relax.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Super Bowl with the Jets.
All right, NBA, buddy, NBA.
We get too deep. All right, let's start off with the. I don't want to talk about it, but let's talk about the LeBron no call.
Oh!
Actually, I have a hot take with this, but you guys go first. I'll give my point.
If your hot take is he didn't get fouled, we're not talking.
No, he got fouled.
Oh, okay. So
that's the end of this podcast.
Nice block, Tatum.
Conspiracy theory of how LeBron did.
That's probably the most unanimous call that's ever been like complained about. Like, I don't think there's a single person on earth that could possibly look at that and be like, nah, that's not a foul. Like, no, you didn't see
dude, it was so bad. The referee said we gonna have sleepless nights.
I saw that on
They
Twitter.
should. I hope they have nightmares.
Fake tweet at first.
I
I
hope they
thought
have
it was a fake
nightmares.
tweet, and I went to
Just
the real
thinking
Twitter.
about
and I
it,
saw
fuck
go to
you,
referee
foul.
It's the ref's official Twitter.
They didn't
thing
have
is,
to get
like,
straight up for referees.
Even if they had their challenge, they couldn't even challenge it because it was a death
was a
play.
no call.
Yeah, it was a no call.
Okay, here's the thing. That's Lakers' first game that I went to. That game, AD, when he almost fucking got injured on the full court shot, they didn't call a foul on that play initially, but then they looked at it and it's like, oh, that's flagrant. I don't understand why they couldn't have done that for the LeBron play. They didn't blow the whistle initially. After the buzzer, they came back. They replayed the last 0.2 seconds of the third quarter and let him shoot free throws.
They took away the 2-minute rule, right?
What?
Where you can't make
Well,
calls
but
within 2
that's
minutes
different.
anymore.
That's a different thing. That's But what Bez is talking about is they brought him back. They redid the play after they'd already ended
Yeah,
the
for
third
flagrant,
quarter.
right? That's in
The flagrant.
That's in the second.
That's in the third quarter. That's in the third quarter.
But I think they can
I think you can
look
review
at
if
it.
it's a flagrant. Like,
I think within the 2 minutes you can't look at plays.
But it's just weird. It's more of a.
Yes, you can.
It's
Of
more
course
reviews.
you can.
Yeah.
No.
There's more reviews now.
No, listen. Like a couple of years ago, like 3-4 years ago, before like the challenge stuff, they used to review everything in the 2 minutes. Remember like how games used to take forever? Games used to take way longer back. Like this was like 3-4 years ago. They would review everything in the final 2 minutes, no questions, and then they'd get it right. They took that away now. Now they don't even look at it. Like people, if the ball goes out of bounds on somebody, they don't even look at it.
I was about to say, Gabe should back up niggas. Like, his shit is like spiking.
it?
He should back up from his
one.
mic.
The
Yeah,
first one.
I know. His shit is always like this when he's speaking. Everybody else is like,
It's just
over
supposed to be
here.
red.
I'll put it back.
Fucking red.
Is it better now?
It's okay.
You're fine, bro. You're fine.
Yeah,
Fuck.
but
You say.
overall though, they need to find a way to like make it challengeable or find a way to go back on rulings during the game when it's like a clearly thing that's going to change the outcome of the
There's
game,
a
you know?
so easy way to do this, and I mean, I guess we have to wait till the season's over, but just give like either one. Give the if you get like the NFL does, if you win a challenge, you get it back, or just give them 2 challenges. Like so.
But I
at
mean,
least-
But
you
they
couldn't
couldn't even
challenge
challenge
that.
But it's a
Yeah,
no call
like,
yeah.
for that. I know what you're talking about, the flagrant one. I know what you're talking about.
But it's because it's a flagrant that they can review it. When there's like egregious acts, then they can review because like you can't
I don't
see
know.
it.
I
They
don't
take away
know.
from
That's a
that.
good point.
When it's just a normal foul, they're not gonna review.
But it was
like,
after
normally
the
they
third
wouldn't
quarter
review it.
regulation ended. It was they ended it.
Yeah.
Then they brought it back there. Oh, Davis is shooting free throws now.
It's because they recognize that it's probably a flagrant. Like if LeBron would have got smacked in the fucking back
No,
of the
I
head,
don't
you know
think
what I
you
mean?
can check
Like,
it.
If
Goes
he got
back to that
smacked
2
in the
minutes.
head, they would have called something.
Look it
He
up.
got hit in the arm, they didn't call nothing.
But even if it went after a second,
you
you
can
can.
within the last 2 minutes of the game.
You can't, yeah.
What do you mean you can't review?
Did they
this?
say
The
it was a
refs do not
foul?
review in the final 2 minutes. They call it and they move on unless they got to deliberate.
that's
In
cap
the,
though.
in the, in the
Yeah,
past,
that's
they used
true.
to. In the past,
Of course
In the
they
past, they
review.
used to.
No, they still review.
No, they
like,
don't review like
bro,
that no more.
I've seen this
They don't review
season.
like that no
I've
more.
seen this
Yeah,
season
like-
them review plays in the last 2 minutes. You can't
What?
say
Like,
that.
what scenario, though?
What scenario? What do you remember?
Multiple
Without a
scenarios.
challenge that they went to go say this may have happened. They got to talk.
Yes, I've seen. I
More
think
flagrants.
literally last week the Warriors game. There was a play where I don't know who it went off of, but it was like tipped. 2 people tipped it, and they went to review and see who was out of bounds off of.
Was this with the fourth?
The last
final
2 minutes. Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's seeing
And there was
who
no
has ball
challenge
the
issue.
possession, not a
And there was
foul.
no challenge issue.
But they review fouls too.
Yeah, that's a
I haven't
challenge.
seen them
issue.
review
If you
fouls.
challenge,
Years.
you could.
It's
You
a
can,
Oh, yeah, with the
That's why
challenge.
I'm asking. Did
I'm
they
saying
ever
without
admit?
challenge.
Yeah.
Or if it's
they used to have
potential
without challenges that you can check.
or
up in the
if it's potential flagrant.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. We're saying 3 years ago, there was always 2 minutes. In the final 2 minutes of the game, they would review to make it like a good call.
You know what it's like?
But
It's
they
like the
changed that
Westbrook thing.
recently.
Remember when Westbrook got his arm held by Embiid? When he was trying to
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
shoot? They didn't take that shit back, but that shit was egregious.
It was
if
just
you
a no
look at
call.
That was
That
not
was a no
egregious. That was not as bad as
What?
the shit on LeBron.
That's
Not even
at least
close.
a fucking foul, dog.
It's a
You
foul,
know?
but it's not
Yeah, that's what I'm
egregious.
saying.
It's not
Well, I mean,
egregious.
even with the 2-minute
So you
report, they
think
said it
it's a
wasn't
foul?
a foul.
I didn't say it's not a foul. I just said it's not
If
egregious.
you think it's a plain foul, then it's egregious that it wasn't called. That's a
That
fucking
doesn't
fact.
make any sense.
Hold on.
No, if
If
it's
you
he's saying it's
think
obvious
for
foul.
sure that it's a foul,
It wasn't
if
an
there's
obvious
no,
foul.
Oh, that's my question.
I'm not saying that.
So-
It was not
so
an
you
obvious
think
foul.
that it
The
was
LeBron shit was obvious. Like I could tell watching from my house on my TV when a play happened that it was a foul. The rush shit, I only saw that when like they
That's my
replayed it.
point. When you
But
saw the camera,
that's why it's
Only
not
thing-
egregious.
My
The
problem with
LeBron shit, I knew a second it happened.
Yeah, but they didn't until after. Once you see the camera angle, they have
No,
to
no, no.
admit that it's a
No.
fucking.
The
it was a
refs
missed
are
call.
mentally. The motherfucker standing 2 feet away. How did you not see that? I saw that from my
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
He was fan, nigga.
All right, you want to do a better job than the refs do yourself, though.
On that call, I 100% would have.
Okay, on that call, but like
listen.
they're humans too, bro.
Bro, no, okay.
That
People
comes to my
make
point.
mistakes.
Oh
Refs-
yeah, fuck that human shit. What the
What you
fuck,
mean?
Bro,
That you
no,
there's
fuck
no
that. Because
accountability.
look, if that's the best refs we have, we're fucked.
Yeah.
You're telling me that's the best
That's
refs we
prime
have
time.
in
That
the
was
league?
Okay, but most of the time they get it right.
Literally a prime time
Not in
national
that
television game
instance,
on
but like
ABC.
80% of the game, they'll get the right calls.
Maybe in, I don't know.
Okay,
I
80,
disagree.
but that shit is so
Like, who's
bad.
gonna
Like,
do it better?
that shit. The
Other
thing is,
people?
bro, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's
would
an
be a point as a
unacceptable
ref.
mistake.
Real niggas.
That's an
It
unacceptable
is an
mistake to make.
unacceptable
That's what I'm
mistake,
saying.
but
You
you want to
can't-
like better yourselves for next time to not make that mistake.
Like that's why if you
so
make,
they have sleepless nights.
bro,
I hope they do, bro. Like, no, I literally hope there's an alarm that goes off like every.
they need
15
to punish
minutes
these
every time
refs.
I sleep.
There's
Yeah.
there has to
They
like
need
you
to be
agree
held
with the fine
accountable.
thing?
bro.
Yes.
Yes.
It depends.
It's human error, though. I mean, like,
No, okay.
Depends on the
thing
depends
is,
on
You
the
can only
depends
count
on the
so many
play.
times without accountability. We can't just be like.
It's
oh,
not
okay.
even that. It's not even that. If it's a 50-50 bang bang, like they got to go to review and review multiple times. Okay, you don't fine him for making a wrong call. But when the shit is so fucking obvious that LeBron is literally falling to his knees when a law came, like you have to take accountability for that.
That was.
Okay, but I didn't like that too. Like I don't like how
That's saying Omari, that's how
LeBron
it
was
is.
going all over Twitter and Instagram talking about the play because there's been games in the past where he's benefited from that crap. Like the Pacers
When?
in the playoffs
When?
with the goaltending.
That's completely
Bro,
It's not completely different because it's a missed call.
It's a
They,
missed call, yeah.
they goaltended and it was for the game.
were you
You see
talking about
Victor
some shit?
Oladipo going on his knees and going on Twitter talking about
That's
LeBron.
Also,
Nobody-
that was
nobody-
such a
He's using
long-
his
That was
influence.
like a whole different era too. Like,
Yeah.
What do you mean a whole different era?
because
He missed the
they're-
call.
no,
A missed
okay,
call's a
but
missed call.
these days they're reviewing way like more heavily.
It doesn't matter. A missed call's a missed call at the end of the day. I don't
Okay,
care
yeah,
if you're
but
playing
like
with
that-
freaking Fireman
also-
and Bob
okay,
Cousy
and
if you're
also
playing
the
in
nigga was
today's
like
NBA.
this, like the dude was looking at Jason Tatum and LeBron arm like this, like
Okay,
literally
that was
staring
a-
straight
that was
at
a
it.
clear
Like
goaltending
he was
in my
standing,
opinion,
he was
though.
standing literally like probably like from right here.
Okay, we
Like, how do you
agree
not see
that
that? But
it's a
that's-
miss.
It's
we
not
agree
even
that
the
goaltending-
one
goaltend-
play. It's the
goaltend
whole season
It's
has been
such a
happening.
close
Yeah,
thing.
okay,
Like,
you guys got in the
It's
bad end of the
multiple.
stick.
It's multiple games, and
multiple games.
the worst part is
For multiple
like
seasons.
LeBron
Yeah,
is
this
LeBron.
season,
We all agree LeBron gets to the rim probably almost as
Doesn't
much as
get
anyone in
calls.
the league, and he's 20th in free throws. He doesn't
Yeah.
get free throws like Embiid. Like
It's been like that
Giannis.
his whole career, though. You know.
I think it's even
Because
worse
of his
lately.
physique.
Yeah.
it's sad. But it's not,
It is
like,
sad,
really not
but
fair. Like,
the only thing I don't like about it is how there's like all the players are saying, "Oh, refs should be fined," yada yada. This, but it's benefited them in the past too.
No,
No,
yeah,
Well, they
but
only say
should-
something when
but
it
they
doesn't
still-
benefit
Nah,
them.
that's bullshit.
Regardless,
if
though.
it happens like
Blatantly
if it already-
obvious.
if
It's
it's already
different.
happened, you should like learn from it. What the fuck was gonna keep
It's
making?
never
the
gonna
same
happen because
mistake?
in every
was
sport,
making
their
bad
refs make
calls.
mistakes.
They was
Every
making-
single
And that's a
sport.
different topic. I mean, that's a different
You
conversation.
see the
dog.
Bengals
No,
this week?
dog,
I was
it
hyped.
wasn't
into
as
that
bad.
stuff.
It
That
wasn't
was
as
bad,
bad.
bro.
It's too as bad as the LeBron shit.
And another
was
one
bad,
is UFC.
And they hurried up and played the
UFC.
thing so that they
oh my
couldn't.
god.
Yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah, yeah.
the people who fucking score, the judges, dog, in the
It's
UFC,
ridiculous.
dog, they need to be held accountable.
So you're saying fine like every refs, all the
It's
refs.
just refs don't have any type of accountability.
I don't think it's
I can't say it any
accountability.
other
It's
fucking
trying
way.
to find ways to
Fine.
minimize.
Don't
it.
find the refs. Don't find
So
the
I don't
refs,
think,
but
like-
don't find the players for complaining about speaking the truth. Then,
Fact.
like they shouldn't find
Fact.
LeBron,
Big
Pat
fact.
Bev, or
That's fair.
AD.
That's fair.
At least.
Fact.
saying that.
Fact.
But there, some people be like out of pocket saying crazy stuff. to the
Okay,
refs,
go
bro.
find them. They make barely enough money, but okay.
They make good money.
Give them less games. Give them less important games. Don't play him in a playoff. Like that ref who refed yesterday, whatever his name was.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran
Both-
ref.
what's
hate
his
that
name,
guy.
JC, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
shouldn't be
repped in
doing.
the league for years,
He should
so-
not do a playoff game because of that shit.
We've
you
seen
know
what's
they-
his name, Scott Foster, have some crazy games too. This
I-
nigga's like has the most.
He's a PP hater.
Yeah,
They
he
should.
has the most like.
He used to be investigated too.
Yeah, but he has the
He
most
should've-
like
he should've
rep
been
games. He's always the
investigated.
head
Yeah, I
ref
know,
in every
but it's-
game.
Yeah, but it's
For
horrible.
CP?
Like it's
For
horrible that
anybody.
it's so
He's a CP
often
hater.
like they're completely seniority based and not performance based.
You know what else I didn't say? That the play right before this, the same ref was all the fucking way at half court.
Oh, and
ran
he
down,
called
called the latest whistle and one, and then the next, literally the very next play, he doesn't call that. And he's right in front of it. How does that even happen?
that's
You're at half court making a foul call, and I was literally reading up about this. So basically, how the refs work, there's 3 refs. There's one on the sideline, there's one at half court, which is the trail ref, and there's one on the baseline. So usually, the when somebody's driving to the basket, the baseline ref is responsible for making the call. And the only thing the sideline and the trail ref is supposed to do is like basically if they also see it, they're supposed to call it out. And they could save the whole play. They could save the whole play. Not one of them called that shit out. That's the worst part. You got a crew of 3 refs, and only one of them needs to make the call because at least they can get together, huddle, and discuss it or whatever. Like, what did you see? Were you in the right position? That like nobody called it.
Yeah, we're not saying it's not a bad call. I'm saying like try to find ways to minimize it from happening the next time than just like bashing on the ref crazy. Like I see people posting on Twitter about him being like a huge Celtics fan.
Though his whole family's
he's
a
like-
Celtics fan.
Yeah.
Nah.
It looked like that shit
You
yesterday.
gotta be fucking.
I have the
kidding
picture.
me,
I have the
bro.
picture right here.
No, but that's what I was gonna say about
And
the
then he's like
Bengals shit.
27-2 when referencing
Coaching
the
the
Celtics
Celtics,
game.
yeah. Supposedly,
No.
allegedly.
That
Allegedly.
ref that
You have to
did the
verify
Bengals
sources.
shit, you know he's fucked him before
Really?
against the Rams. He called a late ass pass in the
And then you'll see them refing another game like later on.
If you swipe
About
left,
with
that's the
those
ref,
feet.
and then you swipe right, that's his fam.
There's
You just got to find ways to minimize it, like the way that the NBA, like the challenge rule is not enough to minimize the referee's mistakes. And if you win a challenge, like you automatically should have another challenge.
But listen,
no way
listen.
it's
In
a
the
coincidence,
NBA,
bro.
in the NBA, it's also I think a problem. You cannot challenge a no call. So that's a no call. There's nothing the Lakers can do.
You also don't
There's
want to
nothing,
stop the
even if you
game
had a
like,
challenge.
for
Look
something
that.
that.
But
No,
not
if
even
somebody
that
wants to
challenge.
waste their thing on a no call,
Yeah, there should be
I
something
agree.
like
yeah, let
I
him.
agree.
Like,
So you just
I
like
agree.
throw a red flag
I'm
like
like-
in football too?
Yeah, you can challenge
if
no
you
call
have
in football.
time
counts as
Yeah,
a
you
time.
can,
if
you
you
Because
can.
it counts as a
That's
timeout
why.
too.
Remember,
No,
yeah.
so
but
if
like-
somebody were to fucking like that happens, like
Because look, let me say this.
For football, it's
Hold
different
on, hold on, hold
because-
on, pause.
wait up.
Let me say this about the NBA thing real quick. Because LeBron gets fouled, game whistle blows, right? Like they didn't call it right then and there. If I had a challenge, I would like to call it because it's okay. The game stopped temporarily,
Yeah,
but I'm
but-
calling a challenge to review that. Yo, LeBron got smacked. Go back like 0.6 seconds. Look at the smack and give me the free throws. Like
No,
you
but what
have
I'm
to be
saying
able-
is,
'cause you
is
like,
football is different though because for
talking about
football,
NBA, I'm talking about
yeah,
NBA.
wait, let me finish. Because with football, you have multiple downs. After a down is done, you have like 40 seconds to talk about the play, so you have enough time to throw the flag. But with basketball, it's
basketball,
fast paced.
yeah, that's
If
true.
you miss a call, they're already at the other end.
LeBron would have
You
called
have
that
to-
shit right then and
Yeah,
there. If
but
he had a
It's
thing, he'd be
different
like,
though.
we're gonna
Obviously, for
challenge
the
you.
last play, you can do it. But what about for the first, second, and third quarter? How are you going to stop a play
should have
when
a
they're
limit
going
of
on?
one
No,
shot.
nobody would challenge
You should have
a
a
play
limit
like
like
that
that.
in the first quarter.
Yeah.
People do. What if LeBron's in foul trouble and you want to call a foul or a challenge when he's in his third foul?
Okay, if he actually fouled, that's different. That's
Yeah,
how a call
they
is
gotta
made.
look
You got to think about those scenarios too. Not
No,
just the
that's
final
that. It already
seconds.
works like that. But you're talking about no calls.
I'm talking, for no calls.
No,
It's hard to call
Okay,
fouls.
I'll articulate it better. Like he's saying that when, like, let's say it was 5 minutes left in the game, all right? Like, not the end of the game, and obviously there's just a dead ball. But let's say LeBron goes up, gets fouled, no call. They get the rebound and start running back. Like, what
Yeah,
do you do?
no time to
like,
call
because it's
a
not
challenge.
because you can't call a timeout because it's not your ball. And it's like, what do you do? Stop the play while they're on a fast break? Is that fair
They
to the
would
other
do
team
something.
to
Or
stop
do
the
you-
play?
That's
on
a
the
good
fast
question to
break?
bring up. That is a good
Well,
question to
that's
bring
what I
up.
was
Okay,
saying.
in those
It's like there's no,
situations-
there's no
work the same.
intermission
You have
period.
to
There's no
lose
like
something.
space.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
what I was
space to
saying.
call,
Both, yeah.
which is true.
Okay,
Which
you
is true.
can in those situations, but situations where the ball goes out of bounds, the ball gets blocked, the quarter ends, the buzzer sounds, something, any of those
That's like a
situations.
stoppage. It's like a
Yeah,
stoppage.
it's not going to completely fix the problem, but at least implementing that where you can do
Give
in
them
those
a chance.
situations,
Yeah,
it
that's
fixes
better.
some of the issue, it makes it better. That's all I'm saying. Like,
That's
yeah,
all I'm saying. Like,
Football-
why it wouldn't work for football? Because football, you have 40 seconds to
It's not
do
like
another
you can
play.
just keep throwing challenge fucking.
No, but you have time to throw a challenge. Like, right after a play, you can throw a
Yeah,
challenge.
sure. But in this, like he said, if it's a fast break, like let's say you did stop the fast break and they have to take it out of half court, if it's not a foul, if it's proven that it wasn't a foul. You get
Yeah, I
me?
mean, but you can't
That's
really
not,
take
you
out.
only have so
In
many of
basketball,
those.
like technically, like there's times where that clock could not stop for like fucking 3 minutes. Like, what if
Yeah.
the next time the clock It still should be recording.
Okay.
Yeah. What if the next time the clock stops is like 3 minutes? What are you gonna do? Review it back and then like.
Go back with the time. Put the time
What are
back
you gonna
on.
do?
But
Like,
it's a
you know,
tough
To be
question,
fair,
bro.
they're able to go back and change 2s to 3s, like fucking one from the first quarter. So
Yeah.
that's true, but it's just like
at least
that's a point differential, like an obvious point. Like there's no other outcome that can happen. But if it's like free throws, there's still 2 outcomes that can happen from free throws, or like there's multiple outcomes.
you
that
could
can
at
happen from
least
free throws.
you could at least do like, let's say you can go back, or when the next dead ball happens, you could challenge that. And okay, maybe you don't get free throws, but at least you can get a foul assigned to that player. Like let's say Jason Tatum, like okay, that didn't happen. At least you give a foul to him after the play. You know what I mean?
That would be
I mean, that's a different scenario. Again, the game
They-
ended.
honestly,
But if that
like-
should happen mid-third quarter and they challenged it like next dead ball, they should be able to challenge it and have a foul assigned to Tatum.
Or honestly, if
sense.
they do that, like if they do a late, like you can next dead ball or review it. If you tell them to challenge it, they should like if it's a shooting foul, like just give them the free throws.
You can
Oh,
do
no,
one
you know
free-
what- no, you know what you
one
could do
free
too?
throw too.
But no, you can even do 2.
Clear
like,
pass.
If they miss it,
No,
you
clear
know
pass
you
is
can
way
give
too-
them.
Why?
If they
If
miss
they
it, you can give them
challenge
one
it,
Too
free
they
throw.
much.
get it
That's
wrong?
like
At
the
least
ultimate.
Free
Sorry,
throws.
go ahead.
Wait, at least free throws are like a dead ball situation. So it's like you just take the free throws and then they take the ball out, or whoever's ball it is takes the ball out. You know, like that's I feel like that's the only way they can implement like no call challenges.
They have to get something for it.
I'm sure they're probably thinking about ways to like
Yeah.
fix
But
it
I
because
think
it
that
is a
would be
problem.
fair.
I don't know if they are.
I don't
They
think
will,
they
they will.
are. No,
They
they
will.
introduce a lot of concepts all the time,
I
so they're always
guarantee
trying to like
something-
they're always trying to do it. But
Yeah.
I feel like this
They just
exact
changed the
scenario
take
is
foul last year.
I feel like this exact scenario for this like thing. I feel like they're working on something to like balance it. I just don't know what it is or what I can input, but because it's a very pressing thing. Like that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. For the Lakers, that was they needed to win that game. I'm not gonna lie, because now
They did.
Yeah, they
just
did.
oh
Yeah.
god,
That's the worst
Like,
part.
it
Like
just-
they're
it
literally
just-
trying to come
it just
back.
blows my mind, bro.
That's the worst part is that they're
They're
trying to
definitely
make
gonna
a
find
fucking run and
a
they just,
solution
like,
to it
that
because
was
of
so
all the
crucial.
hype that happened with it. Like,
I'm not
Yeah, no,
saying
for
it-
sure. Yeah, with that, it's LeBron.
yeah,
Like
LeBron,
they're gonna
I'm
make
pretty
yeah,
sure he had,
LeBron.
like
It'll move.
100,000 likes on.
Yeah, when shit
LeBron
happens,
tagged Tatum in an
yeah.
IG
But that
story.
is
bro. He's like,
bullshit,
he's
though.
like, good game,
It is,
champ.
it
Regardless
is.
of what
I'm not
team
saying
it
it's
was.
not. I just don't like the response back to it because
Because I'm
it's
sure
hard to
some of
rep,
the Celtics
though,
think
like,
I'm
it's
sure
not
like the
easy.
Celtics was like, nah.
Human
I
error.
don't
Human
know,
error
man,
is
I'm telling
they're
you,
all human.
The
Steph-
human error shit.
Because you know how they-
You're never gonna be
Yeah,
perfect
no,
rep in
start
the
putting the
game.
bots in the game.
Human error is understandable, but not when it's that obvious.
Not when bro's looking at the
Nah, they should have
Like, what is you
Thing,
looking
though.
at, dog?
belligerent ignorance or shit, bro.
They should have like more like heavily like critique like evaluations and shit. I feel like whatever the evaluations they got are not good enough because the niggas like don't
They got mad cameras
like
too. When
no, but I'm
Yeah,
saying like
like,
I'm saying
you
like
know,
ref
you-
evaluations like
Bro, in the
Can't
2-minute
throw that
report,
yo, that's
they're
a foul.
crazy and
But
shit.
bring
Like
it back, bring it
if
back.
it's
How are you
if
gonna do
they
that?
have
Bro,
a
when
streak
you're
of getting
in
like
the game,
dumbass
though.
calls
You
wrong,
can't
like they
just
should
call
be
me one of them.
penalized.
I'll wait.
They should be penalized fucking hours, you know, like penalized games and shit. Like if they like continuously like make this like in any job, like
Yeah.
same thing with cops. They say cops can make a million mistakes and they still get like refs can make a million mistakes and they still getting fucking like Scott Foster still playing. It's still ref, like
Yeah.
and he's a head ref.
He
It's
gets
just like-
more calls right than wrong.
I
I don't believe
I
that,
hope,
but-
I would
Refs
hope
do
so.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's
That's a
the
good
they're doing
analogy.
their job. Yeah,
Ain't no
they
way you
get-
should even be there.
That's
But
a
it's
good
like-
analogy as cops, dog.
It's-
You can't just be like, oh, human error.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
shot
Yeah, like-
somebody.
All right, let's see.
My
different,
bad,
like-
dog.
What the fuck? Like,
so it's
things,
like
excuse
though.
me?
I feel
I'm
like
this guy got robbed in the store. I
Yeah.
see
You
him.
can't say that they're not
What?
making steps to become better as refs.
well, they need to make better steps, like or something.
Well,
Like
there's
more
no
implementations to
repercussions.
rules to make sure that doesn't happen. More implementations to rules to
It's
make sure that
crazy
doesn't
how you
happen.
try
I
to
hope
like,
so.
But they haven't ever implemented repercussions for the refs. It's always
That's
been.
what I'm
Challenges,
saying.
But that's not a
Player
repercussion to the
fine,
refs.
It's always
That's
like
just
more.
supposed to help them
it's always
minimize
more-
mistakes because mistakes are
Well,
always
the
going to happen no
players.
matter what.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
mistakes will happen,
more
but-
the players and teams that are doing, not more the refs.
They're
guys.
like, how can we affect the players a little different
I mean,
so that the refs don't interfere?
There's always going to be mistakes with the refs. You just try to minimize it as much as possible.
Although people,
Yeah, I just think they need more stricter evaluations on their
Yeah,
like
repercussions.
performances.
Shoot, I mean, who's better though?
Yeah, repercussions.
Who's better as a ref?
They will get better, nigga. Like they
Oh,
will
you
get
talking
better
about
once you start.
repercussions for the thing? Like what though? Finding the niggas?
Just less hours, like
the people.
not even just fines, but like any job. If you start fucking up, like they you gonna get less hours. Like
They're not just
you're
like,
gonna
oh,
get
human
write
error.
ups.
That's what I'm
You're
saying.
gonna, you're gonna
It's all
get talked to.
good.
You're gonna
You
get
gotta
write ups.
rep
You're gonna
less
get
games,
shit.
less
Yeah,
playoff
like-
games, like something. Okay, don't find them because they barely make any money, but you gotta.
Yeah, like
Okay, you're not playing
Yeah.
national TV games, or at least a few like suspended for a game, something.
like-
You know,
Just
and
something
if-
to send a message.
NFL
You don't gotta
refs-
fucking fire them, but send a message.
yeah, like something.
They've never sent a
NFL
message.
refs are part time. Do you know that?
Not anymore.
Part time.
They were not anymore. They were like last year, I think.
Okay. There you go. Fact. That's old.
But
The refs
yeah.
have a union, so that's part of why because they have to like any changes in policy and stuff like that. Like they have to agree.
It's
to
probably like,
And they're not gonna
fuck
agree
this
to
guy
it.
LeBron. Let's fucking ruin his
They're getting
legacy.
paid.
The refs.
guys.
That's how unions work. Like the unions have their own lawyers and reps for the
180K to 5.
Okay, but if they fine him $50K, that's like
I thought you
30% of their salary.
Obviously, you're not going to fine them $50K for a mistake.
That's what they fine the
ridiculous.
players for
That's
talking
whole
about.
Yeah,
paycheck.
but you know what
Take
money
that
the
nigga
players
whole
get?
year
That's what I'm saying.
50K nothing to these guys, bro.
Give him a ratio. Give like 500.
That's like half of that nigga.
Yeah,
And
like
also,
half
the-
his fucking
half
pay.
his salary gone. Nigga.
Oh my
One
god.
mistake.
I'm not making no more calls.
He said, "Give me that.
Give me a whole paycheck.
That would be
Niggas
crazy.
gonna be
though.
looking at every
Low
fucking
key,
call with a
it
microscope.
Also, they probably got money on the bitch, so they making money in
That's
Vegas.
the problem,
50K is
bro. You
insane,
can't
though,
be doing
bro.
shit like
They
that.
going crazy on
Allegedly.
Prize Picks.
But
Allegedly.
but low
You
key,
know they on
Allegedly,
Prize
there's
Picks.
proof of refs doing it.
One of
I
them,
know.
yeah,
I'm saying
if
allegedly.
they were
know.
scared to
Playoff
make
game, too.
calls,
Shout out
though,
Prize
dude,
Picks sponsor
it
us.
might become so much more.
I need a
Price
Price Pick
Picks.
sponsor. I need
It
it.
would become
I'm down
so
bad.
much more rougher.
No, we need it.
Like physical, like because they like fuck that. I don't want to make
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Bro, and it's like,
You don't want them like to be all like, scared when
They
they
should.
make
They
calls
should
and
get.
stuff
They
to
should
you.
like pull their pants down mid game and just like with a
Oh,
belt.
what the fuck?
All right, move on.
I was listening like.
Every missed call, nigga.
Wait, what if
Hey,
it's the wrong call? You said wrong call?
time out.
You said wrong. They don't want to make the wrong.
If they would be like nervous.
Niggas will learn
they
so
wouldn't wanna
fast.
make
Isn't
so
in
many
the NFL? Isn't in the NFL when they throw a flag, they'll be like, oh, there was no flag on the play or something. Can't they do that for the NBA too? They'll be like, oh, we looked at it, no foul or something.
Yeah.
they pick up
Can't they
flags in the
try that?
NFL. I don't know why they can't rescind fouls. I mean, they do sometimes. I've seen
Different
it.
pace of a game.
But it's
But
usually...
for a challenge though, right? They take it away
No,
and
no,
they
no.
make
I've
you
seen
jump
them do
ball.
it for like who it's off of, but they never do it for fouls. Like they've done it for like, oh, it's off of this guy. Be like, nah, my bad, it's off of this guy.
Yeah.
But they never do it
for
for
sure.
fouls.
They've done that for sure.
I've seen it 100%.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever done it for fouls. I think he's
That's what I'm
right.
saying.
Dude, and also though, the people who go to the game, they go to watch the players. They don't go to watch the refs. So leaving the game to the up to the refs is the worst thing you could do. Like that's the reason. Like that's the reason the NBA people are starting to hate on it because it's like the refs start to take over the game sometimes. It's like, leave it up to the
Power chip.
players.
They get a power chip.
Yeah,
They do
Oh,
the same
yeah,
thing.
you want to talk some?
Let the players,
Oh,
like-
yeah, foul.
Let the players play. Yeah, you
Do the same thing in the NFL too.
Yeah, it's
refs
true.
control the game.
It's not as bad as the NBA though
wanna throw
because
me one
like
of
they
those?
the NBA is a lot
The
more
Lysol
like
one. Yeah, the Lysol one though, the bigger one.
the NBA is a lot more star driven and it's like you just got to let the players play.
Some
Or
people manipulate the rules in the NBA way more too for foul baiting.
Yeah.
It's a tough job.
Foul bidding? No, hard enough.
And B does it too.
Trade
but it's like, bro, Bron damn near airballed the layup. Come on now, you don't think there was nothing there? My motherfucker didn't even hit rim. You think there's nothing there?
I saw
think
someone
LeBron James
say,
is missing a
I
left
saw
hand
someone
like
say like he got more upset with this than he did with the JR.
He was upset with that shit though.
Yeah.
I'm letting him
I've
cap.
seen
Dude,
LeBron more
LeBron's
like
on his knees,
yeah. I've seen him more emotional this year than I've ever seen him ever.
I mean, he's been getting cheated a lot
He
more
told
this year. I
Bev
would say.
in the back room. Bev's like he's like Bev. I was about to lose my shit. I swear,
Bev said,
Bev.
foul.
But it's because they want to beat the fuck out the refs.
Oh,
dog.
because that was a cheated game. It was a one game.
I would have honestly, I would have dropped.
He has to
kicked
make
They're
one
gonna
free
upneed the
throw to
fucking
win
refs,
that.
I'm getting
bro.
suspended.
Also, Jaylen Brown getting some
LeBron
phantom
was
calls.
last time.
Bro,
Has he ever been
like-
suspended? He gets suspended
No.
for the Isaiah
Has
Stewart
he?
thing, right?
Oh, he did.
He did get
Yeah,
suspended. That was his
first
first
suspension.
suspension.
Yeah.
LeBron.
For
He got
sure.
1 game
For
suspension.
the Isaiah Stewart
Oh,
shit?
yeah.
Yeah, I would have got my second
Hey,
one.
you
right
think Patrick Beverly actually
there.
had
On the ref?
a
I would
picture
have been
of,
suspended like 15 games after that.
Nah, the 4K. It was the mean 4K. Thing.
You never
I would've
know.
hit that nigga with a
Funny,
Stone
he
Cold
actually had a
Stunner.
picture of the foul.
He did have a picture of the foul.
I don't
There's
think
no
like
way he
the
had a
exact
picture.
foul. There's no way.
No, he
got
did.
the exact
He had a
foul.
picture
Who's
of
taking a
the-
picture of
There's
the foul?
700
Or he's taking
cameramen in the
picture?
front row. What you mean? Who has a picture?
No, I think they did take a picture though.
They
what?
did it.
So like,
100%.
I thought we were a video, not a picture.
No, it's probably a video.
It was a video. No
But
way
they
you
could
can be
pause
taking
the
a
video.
picture.
They
bro.
could pause the video.
They can,
They have the
they can take a bunch of pictures at once.
Who was ready on standby to give it a bet? Like, let's show.
It has to be too perfect for him to actually have the
Nah,
film.
he had the
Honestly,
photo. He
yeah,
had
if they
that.
take enough, if they
I
take
think
enough
it was
photos
a
at
4K
once,
moment like
Yeah.
that.
If I'm a
Like
Laker
a
fan,
4K
bro,
moment.
I'm like, look, come
you
here.
get like a
It's
20
strolling.
second, you know, like it'll be like.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie. JT and JB were getting some phantom calls that game, bro. I was
Yeah, fuck
getting
them
heated.
niggas, man. That's
Dude,
so
there was one where Tatum went for like a reverse lay. Shorter was like on his like right side. Tatum missed it, and then they called the foul.
Oh yeah, so
bet
that was
you
crazy.
what's
Call
his
the
name?
tech on that shit.
Yeah,
They called the tech, and then I think the play
Yeah.
before
Dumbass
but when Jaylen Brown got an and one, and Shorter was on him too. Shorter was like a foot away from him or something, and he landed. They made it, and then the ref goes and one, and then everyone's like, bro, what? Like what?
Yeah, it's been a tough season for
And the
Lakers.
worst part about it is like they fucked up the call and they literally admitted it before the game even ended. By the way, they like came out. The NBA came out and said mid overtime that the shit was wrong, and also then they'll try to make it up. Like they called a flagrant on Brogdon, which was clearly not a flagrant, just to try to make it up. Like don't do that. You're just making the fucking situation worse. Now everybody knows like or everybody feels like you're cheating
Tough,
both
bro.
teams.
It'll never be perfect.
They
Honestly.
always do that though.
Dog, we needed
If
that
they
one,
have
bro.
like a back call on one side, they'll do a back call on the
man.
other other side of
The
like.
thing is, it's happened like
Help 'em out.
5 times for you guys this season. The THJ one was terrible
I know
too.
for sure 4. I can name the
was
exact
Christian
moments.
Wood.
The
It wasn't
Christian
Tim
Wood.
Hardaway.
It was the
The
Christian
Tim
Wood
Hardaway one
one.
and Troy Brown, that was a foul.
That wasn't.
The three.
I don't even think that was Tim Hardaway.
That fouled him.
It was
Troy
Tim
Brown.
Hardaway hit Troy Brown's thing.
Yeah.
That was before. That was the
That was
win the
Kendrick
game.
Nunn. No.
No, no, that's the Fox Kendrick Nunn. There was the Christian Wood in overtime.
Yeah,
There was the
Holder
Troy
Brown.
Brown in the fourth quarter. There was the Embiid that even the Embiid they're like that's not a foul or whatever.
Christian Wood. When I saw that picture, I'm like, how is that not a foul? This motherfucker has
chopping him, bro.
like
He
both
chopped
arms.
him.
He fouled him. That could have been a flagrant if he was a little higher, like 2 inches higher. It's a flagrant foul.
2 weeks we lost 4 or 5 games, bro. It's ridiculous because of this.
Ridiculous.
And the worst
We're
part.
like 6 to 14 right now, bro.
Weren't off that much, man.
We're 3 games from 4th or 5th seed, bro.
It's just the way it
Yeah,
is.
the way the West is right now,
Warrior
you
fans,
can't be
fuck you.
taking these type of
We'll
calls.
never be the same.
I think I'm calming
I'm
down from it though,
sorry.
but
Yeah,
goddamn,
I
it's
had to
annoying.
get
It got me.
my shit
Bro, I woke
stopped.
up, I went on my phone, and I was like, nope, I'm not over this yet.
That's my point. Is like you can't do shit, huh?
Nope.
Because there's no outlet to fucking talk to them. There's no repercussions that can come from this. Nothing will happen. Doesn't matter how the fuck you feel.
I had a sleepless night, not those motherfuckers, bro. I had a sleepless
Sad.
night.
Like what the fuck?
Niggas probably was like,
You're right.
They're just bullying the fucking fan base. Just bullying the fuck out of them.
We're having sleepless nights. Wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Dude,
send it
stop
on that.
this.
Send it on
That's
that.
nice.
Good point, Isaac.
Weak
That
ass
sucks.
niggas.
Referees for,
Nah,
that's for any sport too.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
If we talking, I'm just like I hate it, bro. Somebody yell at
It's
us.
the worst in UFC.
I never mind.
It's
I
the
can't
worst.
find
the
them.
judging
So,
is
like,
crazy.
make sure
We're
it's-
spending too much
Boxing
time on
is
a one
fine.
call. It was a bad
No,
call.
boxing is.
I don't think we have to. We just have to wait and see if the NBA actually does. So that's literally like you can't change it. They're not gonna go back and assign a. They're not gonna do anything. They just have to see if moving forward. Next time some shit like this happens, if the NBA ever does like change something or make some, maybe even next season. I don't know if they can do it mid-season, but
They need to have snipers in the 300 levels.
Hold on.
These motherfuckers out like
Yeah, make a back.
oh my god, that's the worst call. Nobody will make calls. There'll be no calls.
Niggas make a back.
you see the
I'm
red
not-
dot right here. Red
Yeah,
dot
I know.
right here. He's like, oh, LeBron's a foul. Don't
Just
worry.
start
sweating.
trank
Like
darting
a while
niggas,
ago, like
and then
yesterday, he
you just
responded.
trank dart them, and then you put in the
I'll
sub.
be like, review.
No cap,
Shit.
no cap. Refs fell off. I seen a video of a ref talking to Michael Jordan. He was like, "Mike, I seen it. I believe."
yeah.
That's a funny
Ain't
video.
no fucking way.
Hey,
Ain't no
but I'll
fucking
call
way
it,
that's
Mike.
happening today.
Guys,
There
Mike,
is no.
bro.
He said, Mike.
I trust you, Mike. Say, I believe you, Mike.
Players ain't Mike, bro.
Oh
Players
my
ain't
God.
Mike.
I believe
They
you,
not
Mike.
Mike,
But
man.
I
That's
believe
it,
you,
bro.
Mike.
That's
They
it,
not
bro.
Mike, man. They not Mike.
Nah, dude. That's just
Mike
so
is the
crazy.
best dog.
You know how, bro? If LeBron had
What did they
a
do?
normal
What did they
whistle,
do?
you know how like much more he'd average.
I know. What was he doing, huh?
We see this
Omari,
every
what
year.
is it?
Niggas like should be called
At least
like,
extra
at least,
5
like,
points a
yeah.
game.
Omari, what did he do?
What was the ref doing?
What did he do?
What was he doing?
Yeah, no.
Hey,
How
one
was
time
it?
thing. If
Yeah,
you're there,
one
there.
time.
Use
Sign,
me. Use me.
sign.
Show me. Use me.
Can I go next? Can I go next?
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's-
I'm about to put
Alright.
our
Let's move on, let's
It's gonna be a full mouth. What?
I said I'll put our tape.
All right, let's do the All Star
Bro,
reserve.
put a
Let's stop talking about the goddamn foul. It's only so much we can say about
Let me
it.
ask my list first.
Yeah, ask the
To give
list.
you
Let's
guys,
go.
like,
Let's go in
What do you
order.
mean? Ask your list.
Let's go in
Or
order.
ask about guys that are borderline all stars,
Takes.
and I want to see if you guys have them on your list.
No, we
or
do
not.
that last.
Well, we'll know your list if you do it last. We're already going to know your list.
No. But I'm saying borderline should be last. Why would we go borderline first?
Let's hold off. We'll hold off until our list. Good idea.
Because I
the
already
borderline is going to be the wild card spots, right? That's what the borderline is. There's no way you put your wild card spots as the best players, right?
Wait,
Well,
no,
the thing is,
yeah,
like,
but
if I
part of my wild card's gonna be in the All-Star reserves. That's what I'm thinking, right?
yeah,
I'm saying your wild card players are going to be the
what
players
if you
you're
already
debating
have-
between the ones you didn't make it. You're not going to put I'll put this forward, but my wild card is like a lock. That doesn't make
I
any
know what you're
sense.
saying, but I thought my wild card is I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in. Like I'm already choosing them over other options. That's what I thought.
Okay, but it's like
It's like the bottom of the barrel type. I know what you're saying. Like it's like
we
they
got to
may
start
not-
from the locks because it just doesn't make any sense to start from
Wait,
the players that
wild
are
cards are your
debatable.
any position.
Okay.
Let's start.
because-
Let's do guards first for the. Let's do Western Conference first. Actually, let's go East because I think personally for me the West was harder. I don't know
Start
about
from
for
that
y'all. Let's go guard both your guard spots for the East. Then we'll do forwards and then do wide cards and then we'll do the honorable mentions or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll move on to the West. So both your guard spots. Let's start with the guards. Everybody name both their guards that they had for the Eastern Conference as the All Stars.
Trey and Harden.
Okay.
What do you say?
I
Said Trey Harden.
Jalen Brown and Tyrese.
Me too. Good shit, bro.
Ooh,
Good fucking shit.
my list be hot. My list be fucking
Tyrese
hot,
Maxey.
dog.
Proud of
Thank
you.
you, Bez.
Allie, right? Allie.
Oh, Halliburton. I thought
Okay,
you said
good.
Maxey. Tyrese
said
Maxey.
Tyrese.
You have the same one as him?
I have the same
That's
exact
what
shit
you have?
as for my guards.
I had Drew Holiday and Darius Garland.
What the fuck?
And
These are not on your wild card?
No,
Oh, those are my wild cards.
His
My fault.
list gonna be dumb as fuck.
Brunson,
I already
Brunson,
got.
I was right.
No, go. I say
All
your
right,
guard.
Jalen Brown and James Harden.
Okay.
That's what I got too.
That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
And my man spoiled it though.
No,
I thought that was his top 2 guards.
I
They were like,
was
bruh.
like,
I was
not
looking
your
at my
wild card.
list.
Hello?
I just said the guards.
Like,
I
okay,
had.
wild card,
But I
maybe,
didn't have
but
2 guards and then wild card.
That's a
I
good
didn't
wild
have
card
them.
though.
respect the wild card.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna debate any of the guards. I'm gonna pretend like you didn't say the other 2 you said, so we'll talk about it later.
Omari, what was yours again?
Oh yeah, I didn't have Trae Young on my
I didn't have
All-Stars.
Trae Young on my list.
I don't think he deserves to
Okay.
make it this year. The numbers are there, but he's been bad.
No, he's been
this
bad.
season.
bad,
He's
too.
been bad.
Horrible.
Efficiently, he's
Efficiency's really
bad.
bad.
Even when we know how trash he is defensively. It's just been bad this season. The
have
Hawks
Brown.
haven't been winning.
I have Brown on here.
He puts
too,
up
though.
those 30-10 games, look
I
nice,
have
but
Brown on
it's
here too, though.
Should be Brown over. Oh, yeah,
it should be Brown. Brown should be like the like there.
I hate that nigga though. So.
Bro's averaging 27.
Nah, just fine. I don't hate Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you want to chime in on Trae? I don't think he should make it.
I don't think he should make it this year. Not this year. Other years, yeah, he was, you know, the guy, but not right now.
It's not translating to winning. It's just like empty stats.
Did you have Trae
I
Young?
mean, winning, but winning doesn't like.
You
I
have
mean,
Trae
winning
Young on your
factors in
list?
the All Star, but
No.
not all the way.
I'll say this. I'll say Drew Holiday deserves more of a case than Trae this
I
year.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Like Hassan, Drew Holiday deserves more of a case.
Impact's winning more than he does this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have him.
So
Dude, you
Niggas
only
put a lot of stock into winning. Like winning doesn't. It
no,
doesn't
but
matter.
Drew does it on both ends
I don't
this
know
year.
why.
Really, really
it's not
well.
even about
Why?
winning. He doesn't
I
even.
don't
He's
know
not
why.
helping his team win. If like, I don't know. He's not helping his team.
suppose-
Like,
Yeah,
he didn't
it's
play
still
today and
like-
they won. He didn't play today and they won.
Who?
Oh no, my bad. They lost. Hawks lost. My bad.
Trey, right?
My
Trey.
bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
they lost.
My bad.
He
I
also
don't know,
just
we'll see.
hasn't looked the same. Like the
It's
stats
just the
are
All
there,
Star
but it's
game.
like,
Like the All Star game at the end of the day is still for the fans. Like
Yeah,
I
you're not
guess,
wrong.
I guess.
Well, I mean, he should have been voted then. if
Hey,
he
Bradley
was
Beal
voted.
that 1 year didn't make it. Trey should make it. That's
Yeah.
all. Like
Hey,
the motherfucker
yeah,
averaged
true.
35 on a terrible
Yeah,
team.
exactly.
No way Trey should make it this year.
That's true.
All right,
sneak in the
let's go to the
Bradley
forwards. Let's go to the forwards.
At least one.
Forwards.
For the East,
Should I say
Yeah.
all?
3 forwards. Just 3
Okay.
forwards. Your 3 forwards
I'll
and
start.
2
I'll
wild
start.
cards.
Embiid, pretty much. I hope everyone has this.
Okay.
Siakam and Bam Adebayo.
Let's go, baby. I got the same shit.
oh my god.
Same exact
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I'm finna take Trey off my list.
Abdemayo.
No, just you keep it. It's too late. You already said it.
You gotta keep him. You gotta rock with it. No changing.
He can't change it anymore.
Yeah, he can't
Everybody's
change
it.
done. Go ahead.
Embiid, because obviously he's
Right.
averaging 33. Randall,
W.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Double.
Thank you.
Bam also.
Okay. All
Oh,
right.
you got Bam?
I like
Okay,
that.
okay, okay.
What about you? Forwards. 3
I got
forwards.
Joel Embiid,
Right.
Pascal Siakam,
All right.
Okay.
and Randall.
Okay. Good
I
shit.
like that.
What about you, Omari? What about you? 3 forwards for the East?
I had what's his name? I had Jalen as front court.
He's not a front
He's
court.
not
You got to
front.
take him off.
Okay.
I literally
plays,
I
bro.
texted this fool.
Because he plays
If you
both.
have a question
He's
about
not
what
listed as
position a
both.
motherfucker
He
plays,
still plays.
ask
That's
me.
why. He still plays small.
He doesn't
He can say
qualify.
small.
He
JT is
doesn't
their small
qualify
forward.
for
JT
forward.
is small forward.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Think
literally
something out.
texted
Think
him.
something
I know,
out.
Bez,
texted
I
this
know.
motherfucker just so this wouldn't happen. But go ahead.
Is it, bro? Like, yeah,
I
it's
know-
not like that's not
I
a
knew
crazy.
someone
That's like
said
not
it
a crazy.
right
I
away.
low-key thought it'd be Isaac, but it's Omari.
It'd be.
like, oh,
I had
shit.
Embiid, Siakam, and Brown.
This motherfucker about to
But
spin the
I
wheel.
have
I
Bam
don't
as
think-
a- I have Bam.
You know what I wanna
as
say?
a mention anyway.
Who's your last one? Who's your last one?
You can't
It was
pick Brown.
Brown.
Pick someone else because he doesn't. He can't make it as a
Bam.
forward. All right, Bam. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
that's a good
I don't
I've been
think
seeing a
Siakam
lot of
deserves
socials.
it.
All right.
No.
I've been seeing a lot of comparisons between Bam and Randall on social media a lot. Like people putting them like close.
They're not even. I mean,
They're saying
again,
Randall's offense is better, but
Bam's
Bam's
better.
You're saying for
defense.
All Star?
Yeah.
Okay, I
I'm
thought you
saying
might compare them like they play completely different.
no, they
Bam
play
should be
different. I'm
better.
saying like
Okay.
to like for like levels, but they're saying Randall's
For the
offense is
balance.
better. Adebayo's defense is better. Randall's been winning like a lot. His team, Adebayo not so much, but
I think
like
Heat
they're
are higher
close.
this year or right now.
Who?
They are right now.
Yeah, by one
The
game.
Knicks,
by
yeah.
one game.
I mean, he have been kind of underwhelming this season, but Bam's been better.
Best
better.
season,
He's been
right?
more
Best season.
aggressive than he has been this season. Still not enough.
I like it. I like it. He's playing aggressive. I
The
love
reason
it.
That's what he
I
needs.
don't think Siakam should be in there is because they're 12th seed. They're worse than the Hawks.
Look at the
They're not
look
winning
at the
games.
stats. Look at
Yeah.
the
Stats
Check
are
the
irrelevant
It's
for not
literally
winning
easy
games.
stat stuff.
But you know,
Nobody
last
wants to
year he
watch
was All
Siakam.
NBA.
There's
Last year he
other
was All
players that
NBA.
are better suited to get reserve spots than he is this year.
I don't agree with that. I think he's basically
Like Bam's
without
has
him,
a
they'd be
better
one of the
chance.
worst teams.
Bam-
in the league.
They already were one of the worst
Hey,
teams in the league to
might
begin
have
with.
But they
Bam
aren't.
somewhere else,
They
bro.
are one of the worst teams.
Might have Bam
What's
somewhere
their,
else.
what's their record right now?
Oh, he's
23
averaging-
and 29.
Okay,
It's
how
terrible.
many teams below them?
3.
Okay, what about in the West?
What do you mean? Oh,
How many
record-wise?
teams 23 worse than 23 and 29?
2.
It'd be like the Lakers
Only
are-
2.
it'd be like the
Lakers are
Lakers
23 and 28. I mean, he's
Okay,
no
they're
LeBron
about the
James or
same.
But
Anthony
dude, he's
Davis
averaging
either.
25, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. assists. That's some pretty good numbers.
Those are
They-
not-
yeah,
If you look,
empty
if you,
stats.
if you look, Okay, I'm saying if
There's
you
no
look
such
at
thing as
numbers,
empty stats.
There
Stop.
is.
if you look at numbers,
If you think Pascal shit is empty stats, you don't watch ball. Like
He's
if
not
you
winning
think
games. What he does not help them win
he's
games.
also
not a
he
number
doesn't
one
win
option.
games.
He's not a number one option to even be winning them games.
also All-Star
But if
games
he's
not
on
only
another-
winning games.
what?
All-Star games not only winning games
Yeah.
equals All-Star.
it's a
The
big
dog's
fact.
averaging
It's a
like
big-
insane
it's a big
stats.
And he's efficient too.
So, like, okay,
The reason I didn't put
tell me
Trae
that
Young
because
over him.
you can't tell me winning. You can't tell me wins don't.
That's
Hold up. Let
ignorant
me
ass
speak.
take.
Let me speak. You can't tell me wins don't matter when I've seen 5 Hawks as All-Star players
That's
with their
because
starting
they're first
5.
seed. That's different.
Huh?
Obviously, first seed for like
Okay, winning
seeding.
matters
No.
for All-Star games.
Seeding matters. Like how many niggas. Like usually it matters just for like how many niggas on the team will be like. They're not gonna let
Who's
like
cooking?
3 All-Stars be on a fucking 7 seed.
Exactly, yeah.
And no matter how good them niggas
But
are.
one motherfucker can
But
make
like
both
if
seed.
they're a 1 seed. Sometimes they'll usually have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Even like in
Or
the
the
Warriors case, they have
Warriors,
4.
the Warriors.
So depending on how
That
good
one
niggas are,
year-
if they're a 1 seed,
Why
they'll
have
let them
Siakam rather
They'll let
than
them have.
Trae?
They'll let them have
Trae's
multiple
inefficient.
ones.
At least Siakam
But that's the
plays
only time.
efficiently.
That's the only time winning really
Siakam's an
matters.
All-NBA third team last year, right? And then this year he's putting up 25, 8, and 6, and you're just like, nah.
But they're not winning. Last year they were
Also
winning
the
games.
defense.
Also the defense.
Yeah.
Last year,
Incredible.
all NBA definitely has to do with
You're
winning
putting
games.
too
First
much on
off,
the win
I'm saying he was one. Like he
it
deserved
matters.
it.
All
It matters.
NBA, yeah, but not All Stars.
It does. It
All
matters
Stars
for
are
the
fan
fan.
fucking.
Dude, I've seen some people that don't deserve, that are not All-Stars, but they have a winning record, so they put them as All-Stars.
I don't
You
care
know-
about what the motherfuckers
It's-
vote. I'm talking
That's how
about
it works.
It's,
though.
it's
No,
not
it's
the
not.
it's not
Dude,
about
I've
the
seen-
top. It's about the lower niggas.
Yeah, so which lower niggas make it as reserves?
But they still like the popular
Which
lower
coaches
niggas who
are
are still
voting
really
for
good
people
are
that-
still making it.
Huh?
I said the people who
I bet
are
my life
on the
Pascal
lower end of
makes the
standings.
All-Star game. I
the
bet
people-
I bet
How much you wanna bet?
I
How
bet
much
$20 Pascal makes the All-Star game. $20.
$20.
Y'all seen this?
Or we can do
$20.
spin. We'll do spins.
We'll do-
I'll do.
yeah,
I'll do
come,
5
yeah,
spins of
come,
Siakam.
yeah,
We'll put
come.
5 spins
Oh
on
my
it.
god, that's a lot,
We'll
bro.
put 5
That's
spins
a lot.
on
You guys
it.
see Siakam on your shit? Dude, this guy's tripping.
Yeah,
You want to do
everyone
5?
has-
We'll do
everyone
5
has
dances.
something
Gabe,
instead
you're
of
gonna have
money.
to show him. You're
do
gonna have
for
to
the
show him
fun.
how you use
What do you
the
gotta show?
the TikTok.
The TikTok
Right now?
dances. No.
No.
I'm like, ooh, okay.
No, I'm
Don't
saying-
do it to yourself.
We'll do 2 spins.
No,
That's
you said
Siakam doesn't
5.
make
We
it.
struck on
Oh,
5.
you want to do 5? All right, we'll
Or you
we'll
can
stick
do
on
2
5.
spins and $10. Or you can do 5 spins.
No, we'll do spins. All right,
5 spins.
spins.
5 spins if Pascal makes the.
I'll make a money bet with
Well,
you.
I'm gonna have half the
Yeah, he
spin and
makes
keep
it?
it the nuts.
He'll-
Nah, that Siakam makes
Oh my
it.
God.
Just half the
Nah,
spin.
yeah.
Yeah, you spin your
You
spins.
said $10.
We gotta make
Nah,
one,
yeah,
one
no,
of the
do your
spins.
spins, bro.
Like you go to poster,
Do you
stand in
wanna
a
bet?
corner
Nothing,
that
do your
says
spins.
the Raptors are the best NBA team. you just gotta stand in the corner for like
30 minutes.
Now you gotta draw a meat on your face and
Oh
put
my
Siakam.
God.
I can't remember last time.
chill out, bro. Chill out.
If someone gets hurt, if someone gets
Put on your chest, probably a Siakam.
Disgusting.
if someone gets
I like
wait up,
that.
wait up. Let's put the ground rules. If someone gets hurt and Siakam makes it, that doesn't count. We're talking about like reserves. From
I don't. Yeah, I don't even think he needs that.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Because
Dogs
I can't remember the last time a 12th seed player has made it to the All-Star game. That's right now, and they're gonna release All-Star reserves. I think on
The
Anthony
Lakers
Davis.
about to have one.
LeBron's
the Lakers
about
got
to
a
have
starter on the
LeBron
court.
James. He got
Anthony
voted.
Davis.
Trae Young got voted too. You think?
Is AD on your?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
But
If he's not on your list, dog.
We'll find out.
what year? The year Zion made it, they was asked too, and he made it.
No, I don't think they were that bad.
They were. They didn't make the playoffs that year. They made the playoffs
They were
the first
playing
time
in.
last year.
They were
What
playing
about the first
in.
half?
Huh?
They were playing the year Zion played. I don't think so.
You're talking about the obviously
No,
the
they
first
didn't even
half.
make the playoffs at all
Yeah.
that year. But the year Zion made it,
Omari.
What are you doing? Where's the stop? We're recording. Oh,
There you go.
my man Gabe tripping. All right, let's go to the wild
Bro,
card
stop.
spots
yeah.
because these
Because of
I
the
didn't think so.
I was tripping, bro.
wild card spots.
Wild
These,
card,
these
wild
are the,
card, wild
these
card.
are the ones that are like
Hard.
the harder ones to choose because these are the last 2 players you
I
should
like
be putting
these.
on.
Start with that side. I went first last
Who
time.
you 2 wild card players?
I can change one of them. I added an extra person.
I got 2 good ones, bro.
I got. I think I
Who
got
wanna
Bang.
I got
start?
some hot ones.
I
Go
started.
ahead, start them, Warrior.
I can start this
Brunson
time.
and Tyrese.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Brunson and Tyrese.
Okay.
Okay. I put Brunson in my honorable mention. I wanted to put him in
That's
so
a good
bad
one,
I just
yeah.
couldn't.
I had 3
I
also,
feel
but
like I don't know. I feel like he deserves it. Like
Brunson's a
Yeah,
I
good
mean
one.
too, but I just couldn't over the people. I
Brunson's a
have.
great one though.
But he's a good one. I
Who you
like
got,
it.
Isaac? Who you got?
I
Who you
have
got?
Harden and Bam.
Well, I don't think those are
Didn't you
wild
say
cards.
Bam for
Did
your
you say
forward?
Bam?
No, I didn't say Bam.
You said Randall. You said
Yeah, I
Randall.
said Randall.
Okay, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
me and Isaac
That's why I
got the
was gonna
same ass
switch it.
fucking all-star
That's why I was
team.
gonna switch it.
Because I got Randall for my wild card and James Harden.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
we
See,
dead.
look at that.
I was Harden wild card though.
Fucking
Well, how is he a
card.
wild
It's a
card?
lock.
Because Jalen and Tyrese have better years than him.
Tyrese Halliburton has a better year than James Harden.
All around?
Oh.
And and he's more important to his team.
I understand coming from you. You guys, you mean
that's almost
tape to your mouth,
dude. Okay, without James Harden, they wouldn't have the second best record in the what?
He's missed. Okay,
yes, he averages more assists than him too. But he's better at making plays than what Tyrese Halliburton is.
In
That's
this
the best
case,
factor.
in this case, I'm
Yes.
I'm
Tyrese
going
is
with
averaging
Hassan.
20, 10, and 4. Let's look at James.
You remember
Steph.
what happened
He's
last
averaging
year
22,
with
11, and
James?
like 6.
Oh, let me check a defense.
You don't want to go with stats with James Harden
No,
and
no,
Tyrese
no.
Halliburton.
He's played 40 games. He's shooting 40%.
Oh, now we're going to
to
shooting. Say stats first. Say points, rebounds, and assists, like you did for Tyrese
What are they?
Halliburton.
What are they?
Can you
All
let
right,
me
go.
speak? This
I'm actually
motherfucker's
curious.
hard. Dick
Because
so
they're
hard,
going
I
through
can't even read the
percentages.
stats,
No,
man.
bro,
Going through
fuck.
percentages
Use it as a
first.
fucking
I already
microphone.
read the stats. Relax, bro. Let me
For
speak.
Tyrese? Okay, you're saying it Tyrese
For
first.
1 second. Let me get his meat out your mouth. Let me
This
speak
guy.
the stats.
All right, go
20
ahead.
points. This is Tyrese. I'm going to read Tyrese's.
All right, go ahead.
20 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds.
All right.
Now I'm going to read the shooting percentages for him.
Okay.
48 from the field, 40 from 3. Oof. Also, okay, that doesn't even matter. Okay. I was going to say free throw. That doesn't really matter. Let's go to James Harden now. I'm going to read you his stats. 21 and 11, 6 rebounds. Basically the same. He averaged 1 more assist than
Nah,
him.
little bit.
one
Yeah,
more
it's
assist
a
and 2
little
more
bit. It's a
rebounds.
lot more. It's a
He's
lot more.
played.
And 1 more point.
But what are they?
One more point, one more
what are
rebound.
those?
Half the games, right?
I mean,
half
one
the
more
games.
assist and 2
Let
more
me
rebounds.
finish. Let me finish.
That's a
Let me
little-
Yeah, let's see the
finish.
games played.
He's played 8 less games, shooting 45%, so
Worse.
3%
worse.
worse, and shooting 38 from 3, so 2% worse.
Which matters. It makes sense.
We're not going to say that he's the second.
And, yeah, I would say like
I
in
would
this case,
say-
I would say winning would matter.
I would say they're
We're not
both-
going to talk
in
about
that
who
was
James
called.
Harden playing with?
He plays with an
that's
MVP
the-
candidate.
You
that's
don't
what
think
I'm saying.
Tyrese playing with
All right,
Embiid
so-
is going
okay,
to
so
be
put-
that
put-
good?
put Harden on the Pacers and see how many
Holiday
stats.
in the All-Star game.
All right, put Harden on the
Alex
Pacers.
Players Turner,
They
bro,
be
come
having
on.
nah, but some years they got Giannis came in and
With
drew
Turner,
in
man.
the
And then he had him beat on his
That
team.
point is void because put him on the Pacers and see what his stats are going to
No,
be. It's
no,
going to be
you
better
can't
than what
Say
it
that,
is
bro.
now. I
That's
can't
the
say that.
No, you can't.
I mean-
Because he's not on the Pacers.
You
We're voting
can.
on the team he's on
Okay,
right
but
now.
You're using him being on a good team against him.
No, you can't.
Are you
But-
not?
But
One at a time. One
that
at a time,
takes-
because
Go ahead,
motherfuckers
go ahead,
cannot
go
even
ahead.
listen.
You got it.
Oh, wait.
No, you say your point now.
that has to do with it too. All-star selection, dog, literally has to do with looking at all the teams, and they're like, all right, who's the top player? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Then they're like, who's the best of all these, right? On his team, he's the fucking best. Harden is like maybe second, third. Yeah,
No, he's
okay.
definitely the
He's
second
second. He's
best.
second.
Yeah,
He's
but
second.
like that's this year.
To
Last
use that
year,
against him, though?
Maxey was fucking
Yeah, last year.
Maxey was-
Yeah,
Maxey
yeah.
was lighting
He was
up.
injured
Halliburton
more
just
for a lot
started
of the
balling
season, though.
last year.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
keep
not last
making
He was
year.
injured for a
This
lot of
is-
the season.
No,
How's that an
for sure,
excuse?
yeah,
That's a
you-
valid reason as to why he was
This is
better.
the,
Now he's
new
better now.
All-Star for this year.
He's
so-
See how
barely
expensive he gets? See how
solidified his position as
Hey,
second best on
the
the
Harden
team
thing.
this year.
Nah, just because I agree with him on this.
Barely
No, he was definitely the second best player
Nah,
to
yeah,
begin
nah,
with.
last year.
Because he had a hamstring strain.
Okay, maybe, but this it's also he wasn't doing good with them in the beginning before he got injured.
Okay,
He was not doing
No, he
good.
was doing good
point-
at the beginning.
The first
few
3 games,
Yeah,
you mean,
that's
and
right.
then after
Let
that,
me
what
make my
happened?
point. Let me make my point to
All
him.
I'm saying, let me finish my point
Oh,
though.
go ahead.
I'm saying you can't like say you can't use Harden's stats against him because he's on a better team than
No,
Tyrese.
I'm not
Yeah,
using it
I
against
That's
him.
what you did earlier.
But why would you?
I'm saying
but-
Tyrese had a better season, in my
But
opinion.
like stats wise, Harden's
It's
just
not
better,
just-
except for a little bit of
Fact.
little bit worse efficiency, but he has better number stats
Fact.
and they're winning games.
Less games
Like,
played,
there's
less
no
games
reason-
played.
You can't use
there's-
the thing is
you
you
can't-
can't
but
use
no,
wins.
but in
That
those-
doesn't make any
That's all.
sense.
You can
Wins
when you're
matters.
comparing 2 players who have like similarly identical stats. You could say one is actually winning games.
But what if
And
one
they're
of them
a
has
You're
better
acting like
teammates?
James Harden's the sole. Can't about to die. You're acting like James Harden's the sole reason his team winning games.
It's true.
It's
not.
It's
but
not at all.
He's
He's
the
not.
second-
He's
he's the second best
He's
player.
playing with a fucking MVP
But
candidate.
he's the second best player. They was throwing, like I said, they was throwing Drew,
Dude,
Giannis, and came
first
in
of all, y'all
the
tripping.
fucking
Y'all
what's
acting-
called.
y'all
Exactly,
acting-
more.
I
And
still
why
have
they
him
do
on
that?
all-star.
Why they
This
do
is
that?
great.
Why they put all
I'm saying.
three of them in the All-Star game?
Stop riding Harden's dick for a second. I put him in
I'm
all
not, I'm not even a
What was
Harden
your
fan.
wild card pick, Bez, by the way? With the scores all
I need
side?
Harden
I
and
didn't
Brandon.
think I had Tyrese.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know
Where's
Tyrese
my
candidate. I
thing?
think he's a lock too.
I think
I bet you.
I have Drew Holiday and
He was my honorable mention.
Jalen Brunson as
Oh,
my
bro,
wild
that's-
card.
I had Randall and Brunson. I want to see both of the
That's a
Knicks
good
duo
one.
in
Oh,
there.
that's
I had my
crazy.
wild cards.
I
had
wanted
them
to
both.
put Brunson so bad, but I had to put Harden in there. So
I hope
Yeah,
he
I
makes
agree.
it, though.
I
I hope
agree.
he makes
I
it.
agree. I agree.
Harden's
Harden's a lock.
He's a lock, but he's my wild card. For
If
me,
I have
I think
Halliburton in
Tyrese
there,
had a
gotta
better.
have
Harden was my lock. Harden was my lock.
Tyrese was my like
With Brown.
And
yeah,
he was,
my
you just said Harden was for sure in there. Halliburton's numbers are
Like
that much
I
lower.
matter.
How the
Like
fuck
winning,
is he
winning
a
impacts
king?
it to me. Winning impacts.
Was Brunson on it?
This guy don't make no fucking sense, bro.
Okay,
Wow,
Brunson
Brunson
is
crazy.
when
That's
Brunson
just
is
so
No. Okay, but
Was Brunson on your list?
Who
who
Yeah,
votes
he's
for
on
the?
the list.
It's the
Isn't
coaches
Halle
and
better than
fucking.
Brunson?
Yes, that's a mistake on my
No,
part.
that- okay, okay. I just wanted to clear that up before
Go
you.
for the reserve.
He said
the
it was a
coaches,
mistake,
yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, I'm saying like, based on everything else
It's
too,
us
like, huh?
This is us voting though, so I'm not
No.
predicting what I think's gonna happen.
But I'm just saying
what I
like,
would vote
based
for.
on like history too, like they're gonna give the edge. Like if I mean it doesn't matter because they're all gonna be reserves. Like at the end of the day, it's not like there's a better reserve than another. But it's just like when it comes to like being picked first and who would be picked over, like the coaches are still gonna go with Harden. Given all those things, like coaches are gonna put
put
the name of Harden over the name of Halliburton.
so,
because
I
Tyrese is a young
like
player
you said
on a
before,
young
too.
team doing that stuff.
I'm not
And, like,
arguing
coaches.
that. I'm not arguing that though. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No,
I'm
I
saying I wouldn't pick Harden. Personally, I'm not a
I
coach.
know.
That's what I was gonna
Well,
say.
I'm just articulating
Also-
why me and Hassan would put Harden, or feel like the coaches are gonna
For sure.
I mean, if
have
you
a high
that's a fair
Harden.
point.
Like I feel like when because they come out, the ballots come out of who gets picked, gets more votes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that Harden is gonna be higher than Tyrese.
Yeah, because based off of his
I
record.
disagree.
Based off record stats and
Well, stats,
and
we
like
already-
his
yeah.
history, like
We went
it's
through
James
that.
Harden at the end of the day. You know,
for
like
sure.
The thing is, these
It's the All-Star game.
These All-Star ballots, though.
What you value.
These All-Star ballots. I'm picking who I would pick. Like
Exactly.
It's what you coaches will probably pick
Yeah.
Harden
Also-
over him,
also
but
I
I'm
wanna
saying
say-
I would rather
yeah,
pick
okay.
Tyrese.
Because you
Yeah.
value.
I mean, it's subjective.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
Want me to check what his average
for
is?
sure, 100%.
You can, but it doesn't
Especially
even
because of
matter.
history.
What if it was good?
They already
There's other
know
people
what
that
he-
are
what he
average
can do when he's
stats.
fully healthy.
Yeah.
Bradley was there.
yeah, like usually
Last year-
they'll give the lower spots to the young.
points per
You
game.
know, like
Which is
last
cool.
year. It's a
Tyrese
great
probably
point.
make a wild card.
All right. Also, I want to say
think
why
he's
is
making
why
it,
is
sure.
Chris Middleton made 3 All-Stars in his career too?
Because he plays with
Also, he's been
That's
good.
my
He's
point.
been winning games.
But
Okay.
yeah,
I'll
that's
tell
my
you
last
stats.
point.
I'll
That's
tell
my
you
last point
stats.
about
I'll
being
tell
the
you
first
stats.
seed. Like all those years that he was making it, there was like
First
fucking
seeds,
16.
right?
Exactly.
Some
Isn't it
players
also-
deserve it because of wins, right?
Isn't it also
But
relative
that's-
to the
but I'm saying,
conversation?
okay,
Good. That's
okay, like
like,
in
oh my
second
with
God.
that
Hold on, hold on.
I'm just saying in
Hassan,
general
wait,
why I
wait,
value
guys.
wins over
Wait,
and coaches value wins over players that just put up stats.
But that's
Okay,
a
like,
good
but my point,
then you-
my point with that last time was that it only matters, like winning matters when you're like a first seed. They're gonna give you like more leeway on having 2 or 3 of them. But when you're a lower seed, that doesn't mean like your best player, like Tyrese, just because they fucking stink, or like just because somebody's a 13 seed, like Siakam, like they're not gonna make someone going off and they're their best player not make the All-Star.
I've seen it though.
Exactly.
Trey
Not-
Young,
but
Trey Young
not
2
always.
years ago. Bradley Beal
but-
3 years ago.
Are we back? Where were we? Honorable mentions or not yet?
One thing I'll also say about the past shit, the NBA is infinitely more talented than it was.
So
when
talented.
Jeff Teague.
So
It's
talented.
like there's
Yeah.
guys I don't have
Hey, but-
making it like Drew Holiday and Jalen Brunson
Who shit on Jeff Teague?
shit on
Easily
him.
shit on Jeff Teague.
So
Dude on that
I feel
nigga.
like if
Jeff
it,
T.
it's harder nowadays than it was.
Open that nigga
Kyle
mouth.
Korver made it too, bro. Like
Is
this
he
is
exactly
insane.
my
I'm
point.
telling
That's
you,
my
people
point.
nowadays
That helps
shit
that
on those
strengthens my
players.
point too.
No, it doesn't.
Because winning, I'm saying winning is taken into account way more than you think it is.
No.
Also, if you're looking at stats, Drew Holiday now is
I
better
think
than
it's
Chris
less
Middleton 2
than
years ago.
yeah.
Stat-wise.
Winning, I was taking into account years ago, but
No,
not
but
today.
even like Chris Middleton made it over someone like Trey Young when Trey Young was averaging like 27 and 10 losing.
But the thing is, okay, you can't say Middleton over Young. They don't play the same position, so that's invalid.
Well, I'm just saying like that's an example. If you want me to go like guard for guard,
Yeah,
I can find
I
that
do.
too. But I'm just
No,
saying.
yeah, but we were talking about that right now. Like, okay,
There's no
just
charge.
because
better.
it's
You need it?
happened, like you said, 3 times he made it, and you're saying, okay, look, like
Just
it
leave it.
matters, right?
Still recording, right?
You agree with that?
Yeah.
That's the point of this argument. Is do
Yeah, I
you
do agree with it.
So you agree that Middleton deserved those 3 All-Stars instead of everybody in the fucking
Yeah, because you should be recognized as an all-star if you're winning games. So what are you playing basketball?
So that's
But you
my
play with
point.
Giannis,
Hold
though.
on. So that's
You
my
play with
point.
Giannis.
That's where value comes in. You value the record because you apparently don't acknowledge
That's a
that
personal
Giannis
preference.
No,
is
no,
on
I'm
the
not even
fucking
going off-
team.
Giannis played the middle.
I know that Giannis is on the thing, but I'm going off how coaches. I'm going off how coaches and media think.
And that's my
choosing these
point.
players.
If you agree with how coaches and media think, then yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's
Middleton
that's
3
what I'm
times,
basing
that's
my list
fine.
off of.
But if you see Middleton 3 times making it, and you're like, but he made it over other people because of his record, that's still kind of like, well, you thought that those other people played better, but because of their record, they didn't make it.
Exactly. Well,
That's kind of like disagreeing with these coaches because these coaches are going based off the record.
I mean, the thing is, I agree with the coaches.
Isaac coming different today.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
My man's
Hey,
coming
bro.
different,
That's
bro.
what
I'm
I'm
proud of
talking
him.
But I
Come on,
agree.
man.
I agree with the coaches because the ultimate goal in basketball is to win. And if
Okay.
you're helping your team
That's
win,
fine.
you should become an
If you
all-star.
agree with the coaches, that's fine. But that's where we disagree.
Yeah,
because
I
we
know
feel
why.
like Ante's on the
Aaron
fucking
Gordon
line.
for All-Star,
Yeah,
bro.
fucking-
Best
But
Aaron Gordon
why,
all-star.
why,
God
why
knows
take
who.
that away
Have
from
to
Chris
do it to
Middleton
him.
being good? He's
Hell
still
no.
being good.
No, I don't think
He wasn't even honorable
but
mention.
I think that's why it's a
But he's been playing really
He has
good.
been playing well.
team. We're going based off.
If anyone from the Nuggets make it,
I mean,
like,
I wouldn't
already
be mad if it
young,
was
obviously.
just player based, but that's why they have like the starting five where you can vote for players. Like if players are doing bad and if they're good, yeah. So if y'all committed to the starting five, I'm like, okay, it is what
We're
it is.
talking about Drew too.
Let's go to the West. We're probably gonna argue.
Yeah, we need
to the
West.
Yeah.
Before that though, just if you got honorable mentions, I got some.
Yeah.
You can rattle them off. These are the three that I wanted to. I was thinking about putting in here, like considering I just couldn't because I think the players are better. It was Brunson, Drew Holiday, and DeMar DeRozan.
I got
Both suck too
DeMar.
much for me to put DeMar in a bitch.
Oh, now we're talking
DeMar
about
Darius
teams.
too. I feel like Darius deserves recognition. Like,
Huh?
I said Garland deserves recognition too.
Yeah, Garland.
Garland does.
He just missed a lot of
He's
games.
missed too many games.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of games.
Otherwise, you're right.
Unfortunately.
Stats wise,
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'd put if I had to put someone in honorable, I'd put Trey just for stats alone. But other than that, he's a loser.
I wouldn't
How
be.
about Donovan in my?
What about
Yeah,
Siakam?
they're
Siakam's the worst
AC.
loser though.
They're 8th seed. They're not even that low.
Consistent.
They're hot.
Consistent loser.
After today, they just lost.
Yeah. Oh, well,
It's
that's,
different. It's forward and
That's what I'm
guard.
looking at right now.
There's still a bunch of good, better forwards. I'd say.
as long as it's been updated.
I mean, the teams below them is fucking buns, bro.
I know, but still, like an AC, like an AC isn't low enough to disrespect. Not disrespect, but like disregard Trey.
I'm not
AC is
saying
not
that-
low. Like he would have to be 13th
He's
to be
just
like,
been
nah,
ineff-
hell
he's
no.
just been inefficient.
Oh,
That's
but
why.
Siakam counts though. The nigga's
What are they
12th.
Huh?
Siakam's 12th.
Yeah.
How many games?
Wait,
behind?
but
I
How
had
many
Trey on
games
my
behind?
list.
How many games behind?
Is it like one of those things where they're like 2 games from 7th? Like,
I don't
like
think
same
it's
as the
behind
West?
versus.
Oh my God, they're
25 and
13th. My God.
2.5 games.
But still,
It's not really that much of a
Bro,
deal.
they're going on a 2-game win streak and Siakam's like 8th seed,
Yeah,
bro.
they're
Come
going
on.
to 2. Yeah, it's,
No,
Oh
but
my
they've
God.
already, I think they've
records
already
if
made
it's a two-game
the.
win.
I think they've already chosen the reserves.
But
though.
games back is just from that's from first. Like nigga, who cares? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I think-
they're not-
I think reserves
like,
come
games
in.
back.
Games
How much
back
are from
of the
8?
Hawks,
Like
throwing
from
2
7th or
games
8th?
behind
I
the
know,
Hawks.
but still, like,
All
All right, let's go to West.
Let's go to the West.
All I know
Start
is
with guards
these
again.
wheels are going to be
Start
nice
from
for you.
games, like, no?
These wheels are coming.
I guarantee you Siakam's gonna be All Star.
We shall see,
Not
we
not
shall
an
see.
injury replacement either.
Let's go.
Let's go. Go ahead. Guards.
Omari side.
I think there's 2 players here. I mean, actually, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not gonna say nothing. It's
I have
guards.
2. I have 2.
Yeah,
I have
but-
2.
with
2,
wild
yeah,
card,
but
Thanks.
Oh,
Gabe,
okay.
too.
Yeah. Me too.
Oh,
starters,
bro.
I'd say definitely Shea.
Maybe.
Right.
Of course.
And
There's the first one.
I'd
No?
probably put Ja.
okay.
Of
I got
course.
the same thing.
Of
Let's go. I
course.
got the same.
Let's
thing.
get a
That's three-way.
That's everybody.
Four-way,
man. I got the same thing too.
Oh, fuck.
No, baby.
There should
The
be like
first
a
one will be a
fucking
three-way.
rainbow.
Right here on
bro.
Ball Don't Lie.
Oh my god.
Let me say this.
Hey. Oh, geez.
The first ones we completely agree. I like
Yeah.
that.
Let me say this about Ja.
Wow.
Go ahead.
I don't like the guy as like a character, but you
Exactly.
can't deny that he's dominant and he's
Yeah.
a superstar in this league, and you can't really be
talented.
stopped. He's getting better every year, and he can talk as much trash as long as he backs it up.
His dad's gonna
But
whoop
we'll
your
see in the
ass.
playoffs. Yeah.
All right. He's talking shit. He's talking shit.
Also for the All Star game,
Okay,
like
you got Shannon
they
Sharp.
want people in the
Teed
All Star
up.
game that's going to be fun. He's like a fun player to watch.
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
almost
yeah.
Morant.
So,
Yeah, that's 100%. I
That's
want to see him
also-
talking trash
I,
too.
I'm gonna catch you.
Everyone loves seeing John the All-Star
Him
game,
and
bro. Come
Zion
on.
about
Listen,
to-
you're gonna catch you at a Clipper
he's
game.
fun
Triple
enough.
lobs?
Well, I don't know if Zion even play.
Clipper game.
That nigga Zion's not playing.
Yeah, there's gonna be a few for sure on my honorable that make it as injury replacements because like
Yeah.
ain't no ways. I mean, KD again shouldn't play. Zion
maybe.
shouldn't play either.
I don't know about Zion, bro.
All right, let's go to the forwards.
Yeah,
This is
sure.
interesting.
I can.
Forwards is interesting.
think
3
so?
forwards.
3 forwards.
I want to hear what y'all guys.
I feel like
I got-
I'm gonna have the
You
same
can
as
start over
somebody.
here.
I'll say I got Anthony Davis.
Okay, there's one.
I got Sabonis.
There's 2.
And I got Laurie Markkinen.
Alright,
There's
yeah,
3.
yeah.
That's
Let's
my
go, game.
You gotta
That's
pick up.
I got
that. Come on, man. You too.
All
Come
Lakers
on,
fans,
man.
baby. I
Come
see
on,
it.
man.
Well, history.
Oh shit.
Just take out these
Hold
throat
on.
goats for
Oh,
80,
name
bro.
the forward.
Who do you got? Who do you got, dog?
You two got the same shit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Me.
All right, let me
name.
say,
Go ahead.
I'll say Laurie.
Right.
Okay.
He's most improved, obviously.
Okay.
The steps that he's taken is ridiculous this year.
Mhm.
I got PG. Their fourth.
Okay. I was gonna ask you Clippers.
Let's
I was
go.
gonna ask these two if they had Clippers on their roster. I was
PG
gonna say
easily
that.
deserves
You
it over
got a
Anthony
Clipper,
Davis.
bro.
They have to have at
Easily.
least one.
Isn't
All-Star.
Kawhi better than PG?
He's hasn't played.
PG has been better this
It's
season.
the games thing again.
The Kawhi like for the past 2 weeks, he averaged like 30 or
I'm
something.
not voting Kawhi All-Star for 2 weeks straight.
How many games have they played? I want to see this. You continue.
The fool's a part-time
No,
player
no,
for
no,
3
no.
months.
Oh, yeah, he
I'm
hasn't
not.
played a
Oh, 2
lot.
weeks. Congrats, you. Like, yeah,
He's
sorry.
not
We'll,
played a
we'll
lot.
talk about the AD thing after. And
Who
then I
else
got
you got?
Sabonis. Obviously, he changed
We
the
got
game's
the same.
roster.
We got the
Damn.
same one for the West. So
I thought you guys would choose Kawhi. I'm not
I
gonna
got
lie.
You guys
PG,
got what
Laurie, and
Gabe got?
DeMontis.
You saw
You
what?
guys got what Gabe got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact.
AD definitely doesn't deserve to be an all-star over these 3 players.
Yeah, especially if you.
I got AD as an All-Star, but he was my last spot. He was my
Well,
last
because
spot.
he doesn't play as many games. He
And
hasn't played that many
that's
games.
The only reason I put him in, he's my wild card. So we can go into that next. I'll start off with that. The reason I only put him in is like again, he didn't play enough games, but he was so dominant when he played. I barely gave him the edge, like
Exactly.
over another player.
He was dominant.
Is that
as
enough
fuck.
games to play though? I mean, like say for example, Devin Booker was pretty dominant when he was playing. They
I
played
actually
like the same
checked.
amount of games.
Devin Booker's played one more game than AD, and I
don't
think
have him on your list, do you?
he's
Also,
honorable
Paul
mention.
George has
not
played
gonna be
9
back.
more games than Kawhi, by the way.
Yeah, I don't think
He's not gonna
Paul
be
George
back
played
anyway.
9 more games.
He's been better for this whole season.
Also, if AD makes the All-Star game, he ain't playing either.
Yeah,
ain't no fucking way.
He better not
Ain't
fucking
no
play.
fucking way.
He better not
I
fucking
think it
play.
makes you
No,
see
he's
a
not.
He might get in, play
He'll
1
like,
minute.
yeah, like I mean, he'll just take it light probably. He's
Nah,
not
dude,
chill.
don't
Him
play.
taking
dog.
it light,
Fuck
he can
that.
still get hurt.
Yeah,
He'll
But
get-
everyone else is also taking it.
When's
He
the last
goes
time he was
to
an
take on the
All-Star?
jump shot. Like
2 years ago.
That's different though. Niggas was
2020
on
season?
there,
Yeah.
But they didn't even play.
the
Huh?
other one?
No, that
Oh,
was-
he got the All-Star.
No, that was the year that,
MVP.
that I don't know, but he hit the game-winning free
bro.
throws.
How you rolling there?
That was the first year the format went to the Kobe shit.
Oh.
Nah,
That's years ago.
Hold up.
Watch. There's another.
We just talked about that. They called it flagrant. He was talking about Anthony Davis rolled his ankle taking the jump shot.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
already talked about
bro.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
No,
Nigga
but he
did it
said
from
that
half.
it, like, instantly landed.
Like 2 more
We
points.
talked about that. The first thing I
Was it
said.
in the air when he rolled it?
Like,
In
straight up,
9 more
how
games
could you
is
roll
a
your
big
ankle in
difference,
the
though.
air?
Yeah.
Bro, it
The
was
9 more
weird.
game situation.
No, no.
He
No, he landed it like sideways on his ankle.
A little bit
That
better
motherfucker
stats,
got to stop playing at low.
Yeah, he does.
Oh God.
All right.
I know.
Kobe 10.
Oh,
Wild
bet.
card.
I was thinking because
Wild cards?
last time I thought AD played was when he was in New Orleans for the All-Star when he got the
Hey,
MVP.
relax, dog.
He definitely played on the Lakers.
I got
Yeah, for
PG
1
and
year.
Dame.
And last
PG
year he
Dame?
was obviously hurt. He couldn't have played.
PG.
Who's your wild
I
cards?
got PG and Dame.
I got AD and Dame.
Isaac. What did Isaac have?
I got Fox and Dame.
Fox
Oh my
and Dame,
God.
too.
Come on, man.
My
That's
God.
the person I picked. It was between him and Fox, and I just gave it to AD.
I feel like Fox deserves it more because he's been consistent for that team.
Yup.
He's been clutch in the
He's
fourth
winning
quarter.
games.
He's probably gonna make it as an injury. Like he's the first. He's probably gonna make it as an injury.
You don't think he'll make it like legit?
I
I
mean,
mean, Sabonis.
He could make it legit. I'm not. I think there's a chance just because they're playing so well right now. But
Yeah.
for me, I mean, like he would be the easily number one replacement guy. Like that's like
Yeah.
I said, him and AD. It was hard for me to pick.
I got a question. Do you
Based
think
on-
these players like when they hear that they're injury reserve players, do they feel like they're actual all-stars?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
Don't give a fuck.
Resume
give a
says all star,
fuck.
not
Yeah.
he replaced.
Basketball
No,
reference
but like-
says All-Star.
In your heart though, do you feel like yeah, I'm an actual all-star?
I
Maybe
would
it's
care.
minutes
You
and-
should, though. You should.
Nah, I know what I was saying. The competitive nature though. The competitive nature. You're still gonna want to be.
If you're
able
the
to-
first,
in the league,
if you're the
dog.
first one, I would say yeah. But if you're like the third or second reserve, or like when Mike Conley, or no, not Mike
Mike
Conley.
Conley, yeah.
Nah,
Mike
me and
Conley's a good
Hassan
example.
real
No, but they
competitive.
also
we
had
understand.
Dwayne Wade and Dirk make it like legacy shit.
Okay, that was like some last
You
time.
never know what type
If
of
you're like
way.
the second or third replacement, then it's
No,
like a
I'm
little
saying, like-
fraudulent. But if you're the first
Yeah,
replacement,
that's
that's like
what it
is.
okay.
You're
I still feel like you're an
competitive.
all star because it's like
Of course
Did you say
you're
PG
wrong,
was your
but
lock,
you
by the
never
way?
know any type of,
yeah,
like,
he was a four.
happiness.
He
Is your
should
lock?
be a lock.
He should be
The
locked.
Clippers have to have one all
That's
star.
what
They
he's
have
saying.
I
to.
think
Be
Kawhi's
content.
gonna make it.
Oh, contend.
I will
play
bet
I will bet you $20
$5.
that Kawhi won't make it.
Don't do that. Don't do that bet.
Let's
You think nine
That's
games to
exactly.
be?
Spins. We don't have to bet
No,
money.
because okay, even by stats wise, 9 less games,
Bro,
but Kawhi is
his
better.
stats aren't even that good. He's having 21 points right now.
25
Kawhi sucks.
on the season.
Kawhi sucks.
No,
Just
he's not.
watch.
I just
Never
looked it
played
up.
again.
Check the stats.
Never be
Look,
good again.
I'll show you.
Relax,
So I'm not
You know how that means he must have because I checked 2 days ago when he was averaging 21. That means he must have played so little games that one good game.
21.
Oh, so I'm right.
Okay.
21, 5 and 6. Oh no, 21, 6 and 4.
You just saved him for making that spin.
6 and 4, and then Paul George is 23 and a half, 24, 6 and 5.
And he's played
That's-
10 more games,
yeah.
9 more games, right?
It's clearly better numbers.
Easily. He's been their best
All
player
George
for
has
sure.
to be an all-star.
They've been winning.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
fourth
the
seed
fourth
right
seed
now.
right now.
Damn.
They've been like
Aren't you
injured
winning
most
with
of the
Kawhi
season.
playing? Like
This guy's-
more than.
Bro,
Good point.
You don't watch
get
it.
off his nuts, man. Get off his nuts.
Kawhi
Kawhi,
sucks.
he's that
They
guy.
lost a lot.
Kawhi's been good the last
Kawhi's
2 weeks,
19.
but that's about it.
Kawhi's not
People
here.
fuck about that number.
No,
record?
yeah, I do care about how they get it.
Dropped off.
Narrative is important too.
Bro,
PG's
this
the
is Kawhi,
biggest reason, though.
motherfucker. He's walking
PG's a
and
bigger
started
reason.
winning.
PG's a bigger reason. He's been consistent for the whole season.
I agree with
bigger
Huss
reason.
here. I agree with Huss.
Kawhi's been playing like there's games where he played like 15 minutes and then some
Yeah.
rest.
Coming
a lot
off
of
the
rest
bench
games.
in the beginning of
Yeah.
the year.
Some niggas come.
PG been
It's,
consistent.
I hate people who like see Kawhi comes back and they start winning like, and they be
Gabe-
like, oh, it's because of
Gabe-
Kawhi.
Gabe-
And it's like nigga, like Paul George is still doing better. He's been carrying them the
But
whole
it's
time.
also like,
They
yeah,
just have- now
Kawhi's been a
have
league
complete
player. Of
team.
course they're going to
Yeah,
win more.
now
That,
Terrence
I
is the
agree with
best
it,
player.
but
You can't. It's the
unless
same
it's
thing with like the Chris
fucking
Paul shit.
night and day, bro. Unless they were not winning with Kawhi,
They
and
weren't.
as soon
He
as
still is
Kawhi
super
got there,
consistent.
they started winning.
They
That is
weren't, but they
clear
still, like-
indication.
They were still kind of winning with it not
Yeah,
there.
they're in the
If
mix.
If it's not, then it's
they were
not.
okay.
I'm just saying, If it's not, it's not.
They were still in the playoff
If they
picture.
start
Yeah, they were like seventh or so.
Okay, and then they moved
now they're
up
like
to
fourth.
fourth with
Yeah.
when he came back.
Yeah.
That's a clear indication that they're doing something.
That's just a better team. It's just the team's
Yeah,
better.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
It's not like
Okay, but
Kawhi's
I'm saying,
bad or
like,
something.
it's
If he's a
like-
superstar, he's always going to help
Yeah,
the
that's
team
what I'm
win.
saying.
If the
saying that
motherfucker
some-
played like this 2 weeks the whole year, he would
Yeah.
easily beat All
But
Star.
I'm
But
saying
he just
some people
didn't.
would
That's
like.
the problem.
Some people would like
Take away from Paul George?
Yeah, some people would be
No.
like, oh, it's Kawhi. Like,
But
Kawhi is the superstar. Oh,
I definitely feel like
got
he
came back.
has something to do with it, though.
Of course.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
They're on the
of
same
course.
team.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
it. That's it.
It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
Like he hasn't played a lot of games this season, or longevity.
And that hurts.
And he started
yeah,
off pretty
you
shitty,
can't be
too.
an all-star
Yeah.
doing that shit.
Yeah,
I agree.
Exactly,
I agree.
exactly. But Paul George has been consistent.
Played 25
Yeah.
games this year.
Fuck Kawhi.
I actually want to talk about
Hey,
Dame.
man,
Everyone
relax.
has Dame on their list too.
Yeah. He
What
has to
seed are
make it.
they?
I got Dame.
Terrible.
on
They're
this.
right above. They're 12th, right above the Lakers.
Hey, that's coming from the guy who
Man.
doesn't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
I
the
mean,
record,
like,
dog.
fucking-
No, but what he's doing is kind of crazy
consistent.
though.
Yeah,
Like
he's
if
averaging
Anthony
80.
Davis with you guys' take with like 80 if you play more games and there's still this record, I'll put 80 in there too because of his stats are like ridiculous.
I think
also.
maybe by the time the All Star game comes around, he'll be like decent amount of games, assuming he doesn't like
Well,
get
I
injured
mean,
again.
you know they choose reserves like I think they're choosing them this week on Thursday. TNT.
Are they?
Yeah, the All-Star game's right here, man. Like
When is the All Star game?
deadline's on the 9th.
I know the deadline's on the 9th. When is the actual All Star game?
Let's check.
Because they're doing the draft the day of, so we won't even.
That's
I mean, I don't know.
correct.
They might
19th.
announce them earlier, but
February 19th.
we won't know the
Watching
team
Watching
till
that
the
shit
day
is
of.
the fucking best shit in the world, dude. I
Well,
can't wait this year.
That
Watching the
shit's gonna
draft.
be hilarious.
LeBron and Giannis.
Remember when KD and LeBron was drafting and they left James Harden?
That
Like,
was crazy as fuck, dude.
That was fun.
LeBron was hiding his face behind.
Yeah, so they drafted on the deadline that time.
Huh.
They drafted right at the deadline day.
Okay,
So
but,
that was on the 9th.
but it's gonna be a lot different when you see the guy standing right in front of you and like
Dude,
he's
remember,
last.
dude, like Rudy Gobert be making All-Star games because their team's winning. He's always the last pick too.
That shit where the Jazz had Donovan, Gobert, and Mike Conley make it was
Yeah, it's
crazy. But
ridiculous.
that was the year they were like everyone thought they were that was their coming out party.
61 team. Yeah. People ain't
Second
built
round
for it,
exit.
bro. Yeah. People just ain't built for the playoffs.
I think that's gonna happen with some teams coming up. Like they're gonna have their breakout season where like the I don't know about this year because I don't see that happening really. I would have said the Nuggets, but they don't really
Hard to
have
predict it.
they don't have an all-star caliber player besides Jokic. Obviously, everyone's kind of like decent.
Murray's coming into his own.
Murray was about to make it before he got injured. He was getting like on that precipice, bro. I was.
It takes time to come back from ACL injury.
Yeah, I know.
Kevin Durant.
Not everybody's Kevin Durant.
If
I know.
anybody should make it from them, like if I had to pick, it'd be Aaron Gordon. Yeah, he's been playing
He
amazing.
used to be so
this year.
explosive, Murray.
Man, he'll get back into it. Terry
He's had some games. He had that game against Portland. He was shit. He had the game winner.
Games a year.
He had a game winner too. Was that the one you're talking
same
about?
game.
That was sick,
Yeah,
bro. I was
he had
watching
7
that
good
one.
games a year and averages
Stop.
like 16. No, I was
Stop.
kidding.
Alright.
No, just playing around.
Yeah, I wanted to do the honorable mentions list, but we've named like a lot of these players, so I'll just
Name
choose-
them.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll choose
ask him.
some of them though. All right, should Jimmy Butler be an All-Star?
No.
No,
No.
he ain't
He's
gonna
gonna
play for sure.
What about playoff Jimmy? Is playoff Jimmy an
or
All-Star?
2 years ago, he played in the All-Star game. Played 1 minute. I swear to God, I looked this up. He played 1 minute in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I
Also-
was thinking, I was
What the
talking to
fuck's the
Gabe
point
about
of
this.
being
Like, I can't remember the last time KD actually
Could
played
have just
in
gave
an
his spot
All-Star
to
game.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
KD ain't played either.
Like 3 years or something like that. He just always gets hurt like right when the All-Star game happens.
But he do it on purpose.
All right, let's see.
Would
Let me
playoff
choose a
Jimmy
really
make an
good
All-Star
one.
game? Playoff Jimmy?
Jaren Jackson.
They had a
I got
playoff
some
All-Stars,
honorable mentions
Anthony
here.
Edwards.
I was gonna say Anthony
Ah,
Edwards
yeah,
is
it
also
was.
honorable
Yeah,
mention.
yeah.
He should make it honestly.
Yeah.
As him and
Injury reserve.
Are you about to say Simons? Were you about to say no? Oh, I thought you were about to say Simons.
I was gonna say
I thought that's what I was gonna say.
No,
I was
he was
guessing.
if AD's not on there, which I wouldn't be mad if AD's on there because he was my last pick, so it's not. I'm not gonna be like I can't believe it. So if he makes it over AD, I won't be upset either.
I think I had someone extra on my list.
I think
I
80
also
will.
had Devin Booker as well.
There's no way 80's not making
The
it.
fact that
Yeah. 80.
I don't know what he's
Bro was
Yeah,
averaging 40 for like a while. Like 80, it was like MVP caliber, and then he got injured.
where he's averaging like 30 and 20 like for a week.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I also had,
Again, he was
had,
dominant when he was playing. He was ultra
He
dominant.
was like that with the Pelicans, man. When he went to the playoffs with the.
the way he was
Different
playing
breeds.
this year. It was the best basketball.
He was the
I've
best
seen him play.
basketball. He was literally like
Before he got hurt,
breaking his own like limits.
Yeah.
He was breaking his records, really?
His own limit, like his own records.
He was getting 40, 20 games like every other night.
Yeah.
With
He
like
looked
5
like old
blocks.
K-
Like it was like literally prime like Shaq like level numbers, bro. Just like crazy.
also had Kawhi Leonard. What we talked about.
Ooh, did you guys say an on? I don't think he's gonna make it though. Nick Claxton,
Look at me,
not all star.
Hell no.
He's averaging like 20. You know, I saw them say stat during the Nets game. Nick Claxton over the last like seven. So it was one of those niche stats. Over the last like 7 or like 8 games, he's averaging 20 points, 10 rebounds on 80% efficiency. And the last one of that was like Will Chamberlain or something.
Played shitty today though.
Yeah, he didn't hit on my fantasy.
Gotta throw Kyle Kuzma in there though.
Oh, Kuzma was one I was thinking about.
He's not gonna make it.
I didn't even think about that.
Really?
Kuz.
Hell,
He's been playing pretty well.
I'd rather put Kristaps over Kuzma.
Put it on
Yeah, but
Kuz.
I'm talking about for recency bias. Like Kuzma's been playing.
If you want to show him love, sure, but he's
Best-
not even
best
sniffing.
season of his
He wouldn't even
career.
be a third replacement.
Nah.
Like I'll tell you 3 players I got over.
Yeah, let me know.
Drew
Kuzma
Holiday,
needs to come back
Jalen
to Lakers
Brunson,
so they can say I'm sorry.
DeMar DeRozan. I'd have
Say
over.
the
Was
Lakers
Randall on any of your
I
list?
don't know why you have
Babe
DeMar
lost
on there.
The Lakers
Oh,
need to
yeah,
get
yeah.
him.
Why is DeMar on there? Speak on that.
He's averaging crazy. He's averaging 26 and 8 or something.
Team is trash though, bro.
They are.
It's bad. Like
He's still doing
But
it.
they beat the good teams though.
yeah.
In the regular
Let me see. He's still having like basically the same season he had last year, where he made All NBA. He's averaging 26, 2 points less, 26.
Yeah, he's averaging 26, 5 and 5.
There you go.
Yeah, but they're at the first half of the season, they're winning like a lot of games too. I think they were like 4th seed last year.
Yeah, they're a
Beginning
good
of the
team.
season.
That's why he made it, and that's why he won't make it. But I threw honorable mentions literally just because of the numbers, and he's not really missed any time. So.
Yeah. So that means Trae Young would be in your
love
honorable
DeMar, man.
mentions too.
I don't think the Bills should have. I mean, the Bills.
Bills.
The Bulls should not have an
Draft that
all-star.
nigga.
Fuck the Bills. Fuck Josh Allen. I'm just kidding.
He could drop a lot of fucking.
Trae Young, like he's not an honorable
game.
mention, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made it because of the numbers. I didn't want to put him because I don't like the season he's having. Like I know the numbers are there, but like even when I see him play, no defense, inefficient, taking terrible shots sometimes. He doesn't do shit off the ball either. Like that's the thing that separates Steph and him. Well, among other things,
That's the
A
thing.
lot of things.
among other things, but like that's the reason. At least offensively, he's not as good is because he doesn't move off ball like Steph. Like Steph running through screens, Trae Young just stands in the corner like, give me the ball. Give me the ball.
It's too ball dominant too.
I don't like when players
Stuff
do
like
that.
me-
Westbrook
stuff like me for
does
real.
it too.
Like
Like
he used to cut more. Trey.
Yeah, I think
He doesn't
earlier.
float it still
he
today.
never. I mean, yeah, when he
I've
has
seen
the
him
ball, he
cut.
nutmegs
Yeah.
people, but
He doesn't move without the ball like what he's saying.
That's why the Hawks suck is because when DeJounte is handling the ball, Trae does nothing. He just stands
He's
there.
like waiting for a pass back, like he's gonna
So
get
he
it back,
could
like,
take
dude,
a 3 or
move. Like
assist.
DeJounte will pass, bro. Just move.
Honestly,
Is he useful? Is he useful without the ball though?
Look
No
at
reality.
Steph,
It's
Steph,
not
Yeah,
Steph.
look at
Just
Steph.
You can't do what
you gotta
Steph
learn
does.
it, though.
Nobody's
You gotta
Steph.
Look at your question.
Nobody's Stephen
You gotta
Curry,
do it.
bro.
Okay, you can try to
You
remove
can still
it.
learn how to. You can
Who?
still learn how to
Like
move off
who?
the ball.
Similar
Come
things.
come off screens,
Yeah.
like catching
He
shit.
doesn't
Like,
do
you can still
like
learn how to.
like
remotely close to that.
Yeah, like
Klay Thompson runs around screens, everything like
The
you
best
gotta do
at
it.
it.
Like,
second
the
best shooter in
best.
the league.
bro, I'm not saying you gotta be like. I'm saying move like around the court.
He could
bro.
do what
Well, I'm
JJ
saying, like, who
Redick
can
does
do
too,
that?
bro.
Okay,
I
JJ
know.
Redick, yeah, he can move like that,
But
but
he doesn't even do
he's
that.
too ball dominant. Like that's too much like stamina on him, dude. He has
Nah,
to take.
bro.
He has
That's
to
the
be
point.
control the
He needs to
offense and
learn.
move away
He
like
put too
JJ
many
Redick too.
excuses,
No,
bro.
but
That's not an
that's
excuse. Yeah.
They,
It is
they,
an
they,
excuse.
they
What do you
traded
want
for
him to do?
DeJounte so
Excuses.
they traded for DeJounte so he wouldn't have to handle the ball as much and he could do
Still
other
does.
things.
I mean, like I'm not the coach of the offense. That's what he does.
But I'm saying it's not. I
They
mean,
need
Yeah,
to
you
trade. They
mean
need to
it's
trade
too
Trey.
much,
Honestly,
What's the
Brunson
excuse?
moves off
it's
the
not,
ball
I don't think
sometimes.
it's too much.
they need to
Brunson
trade him away.
Huh?
They need to trade him away. Honestly,
I think
Excuse
he
what,
wants
for
to be
trade?
traded
Why
away.
is not?
Yeah.
honestly,
because
I think they should like because they can get a lot for him. To be honest,
Trae Young?
Yeah, you can get a decent.
They're not gonna. They won't. I don't think they'll trade.
They
him.
would
get a good
They
amount
won't.
for
I
him.
would honestly build around DeJounte and the rest of the team
Damn.
over Trey.
There's not that many players better than Trae Young. that
Yes,
you can
there
trade
are.
for.
Yeah.
I can name, all the trade
how many
for
All-Star players?
It's all-star.
15, 16.
Well, you got to think about it. Take into account his age and then the expense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like the age
DeJounte
for
is
sure,
like-
for sure. He has more potential than a lot of people
Yeah.
in that case. But right now,
I'll
like,
say
that's-
value. There's,
For the
there's
team
not
itself.
much people that have value. That's
Trade
true.
him for Harden.
For the team itself, like
Hell no.
DeJounte is
Huh.
just a better point guard. He's a better like all around player.
He's a better point guard than
Defensively.
Trae Young.
No,
Yes.
No, he's not. He's not.
Defensively, he's
Put
in-
Harden back with
No, but I'm
Capella,
talking about,
throwing lobs
like-
nothing.
Okay,
bro.
like
And
obviously,
then
what's his name is an
Young would be
offensive
good.
juggernaut.
Embiid. Young and Embiid. Oh, I'm sorry.
Obviously, Trey is an offensive juggernaut, but it's like, what's his name? Can average 20 plus. He
Oh,
can
that's
also he's averaged like on the Spurs. He was averaging like fucking mad assists. He was getting triple doubles. Like that niggas thought he was Westbrook.
So
Like
you're saying if DeJounte Murray was the number one option on that team, they'd be winning more games?
if he was the primary ball handler and it like the offense was ran through him, I think they would win more games.
DeJounte got 40 today.
If the offense was
Hell to
ran
the no.
No.
no, not just through him. Like obviously,
You never
if they
told me
have
that,
Trey,
Let him speak.
if they have Trey, like it would be a tandem thing because there's two fucking. Well, Trey is the superstar.
You got to use Trey to his
Do you
strengths.
think Trey's
Yeah,
a
but-
superstar? Do you think Trey's a superstar? Real quick.
If
Yes.
yeah.
Can I say
Do you think he
yes?
is?
But
Do you think he's a superstar? No, superstar. Top 15, top 16,
Nah,
like
not
20.
super-
But regardless, like
Not top 20?
No.
No,
But it's like Trey-
Remember we were saying the
Probably
top
top
20?
30. Probably top
Look, look,
30.
look.
Well,
Superstar or no?
we have evidence in
Top
the saying.
25?
I think
Top
he's top
25?
30.
What do you think, he's a superstar?
He's not top 15. Hell no.
I don't think he's a
no,
superstar.
not top 15.
Well, I'll say yes because we have evidence of him going to the Western Conference Finals.
Eastern.
and being
Eastern. He meant Eastern.
My fault. Eastern Conference Finals that year and being like 2 games away from actually getting to the finals,
But
he
then
was the main guy.
He was
Was-
great. Yeah.
was-
But
Yeah,
like
so-
the point is like
He's
right
only,
now,
what,
like
23?
but he's constantly being like defensively. Like, what is he? Like DeJounte has really good defense.
This
Like,
dude's a
there's
glass
a bunch of
cannon, bro. He's a
defender
glass
in the
cannon.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's not
saying.
even
Like,
close.
You can
Offensive
hide him
defender
back.
in the
that's
league.
what I'm saying. It's just like
You can't. He's so bad. You can't even hide him.
But I'm just
He
saying,
can get
like,
better over time too. This is not like
But my
you don't
po-
have to be.
dude,
I've
my
seen
point
Harden
is-
like be terrible and still be
But the
considered a
thing is,
superstar.
Harden's
but that's
big,
different.
he
Harden's
has
big. Yeah,
size.
yeah, size.
And Trey's
He doesn't-
small. Like there's
without
you can't
effort, it
do
doesn't
nothing
matter,
about
though.
that.
The only reason I say I'd rather build around DeJounte is that like Trey's liabilities, you can get so much for Trey,
That's the one
and
thing
you
I'll say.
get rid of that defensive liability. You have a point guard who's not obviously he's not Trey Young,
Yeah, but
but he's 2-way. He can dish the ball out like almost as well. He can score almost as well. Like he's better
He can't
defensively.
score almost as well.
Yeah,
He can average. Okay, Trey
yeah.
averages 27.
DeJounte.
What's his name? Can average 21, 22.
No, Trey's scoring well, right, Omar?
What's his name?
No, DeJounte.
No, DeJounte. DeJounte could easily average like 20. Like I think on the Spurs he was averaging like almost 25. Like
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
like
I'm gonna see.
Check his stats.
only
He was-
counter.
Trey's a better scorer, but
Easily.
it's
obviously Trey's a better scorer, but
Offensive
I think me
juggernaut,
personally,
way better.
I think DeJounte is a better all around player, and I would rather build
Offensively,
around
But you would
Or
give
just-
him
He
away
said
all
all
around.
around.
all around. Yeah, yeah.
If
yeah.
you factor
You would
in
give
defense
Trey
into
a
the
way to get more
conversation,
pieces,
but
right?
Yeah, you could
offense
trade
is not-
away to get more pieces. Like you could, if you want to get rid of Capella, like
Yeah.
you can. Like,
Don't-
but John
don't-
Collins
they
sucks, so
have
you
to
have to
keep
keep
Capella.
Capella. Like John Collins didn't
man.
pan out, so you have to keep him. But it's like you could get better pieces and like
Still be a better
Bogey's
contender.
good there.
I get you.
You know what I mean?
understand
Like
your
if
point.
I
That's
was
fair.
the GM of the Hawks, I would consider getting rid of Trey.
Fields.
Curry was Curry
He's
at
averaging
23.
21 points.
Exactly.
I know he's averaging 21 right now, but what was he
No,
averaging?
no, 21
When
in his
did he
All-Star
become
year.
Curry?
Okay, well that's good.
That's
But
not
I'm
bad.
saying,
That's not
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
But
You
yeah,
know
9
what
assists
fucked
though.
him up?
9 assists.
yeah, that's what I'm
fucked
saying.
him up?
Like
They got rid
because
of
his ankle.
8 rebounds too.
They got rid of
Averaging a
Paul
near
Curry.
triple-double.
that's what I'm saying.
Trey
Like
was averaging a triple-double.
that's what I'm saying. Like you can't just take those stats.
Now we're just talking about stats.
and
Like,
his defense. No, what I'm saying,
That's
like
a notable thing to say.
Yeah, like,
Notable.
he-
Russ will be better than half the league if we talk about stats.
Russ'
but-
peak is better than like
okay, but
every active player right now.
DeJounte is wasn't as
Let me say
not as bad
let me
as
say
Russ.
a counter to your point. If you're like, you want to trade Trey as you you want to treat Trey as you treat Luka. You're not trading Luka Doncic.
No,
That's not
no,
the same.
no,
Luka's
no,
the man,
no.
bro.
If
You
you're
don't
GM,
That's
if you're
why
GM,
Trey's
I'm
not
not
a
treating
superstar
Trey.
to me.
I'm not treating Luka.
treating
I mean
Trey.
Trey like I'm treating.
with that
Luka.
mindset, you want to keep your superstar and build around him.
I'm not saying I will trade Trey,
This is
but
what
it's
you were saying
Luka
the
and
other
Trey are
day.
completely different.
I don't
levels.
think. Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
this is
Trey's
the-
not as
that's
worth
He's
mindset
it.
saying
you
this
wanna
is like
have,
a
like-
Hawks thing, like oh you're keeping Trey as like because he's your super duper star.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's bringing a bad
Luka's
dude
literally a
on the
generational
Lakers, like,
talent.
keep him
That's
there.
a different.
wouldn't-
That's a different conversation.
Do you think Trey is a generational talent the way Luka is?
Huh?
So do you think Trey is a generational talent the way Luka
Not
is?
like
No.
Luka, but
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
a
It's generational.
generational.
But I
I think
also
he's a
wouldn't trade
generational
him.
He's a
talent,
generational
though.
talent.
I also wouldn't trade
Curry
Trey.
at 23. That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember people were comparing him to Curry like the next
Like,
six
it's
months
a
or
little
something?
to
Do you guys
become
think
that
Trae Young's a
athletic,
generational
bro.
talent?
But Curry was
That's a good
always
question.
moving.
No,
I don't
What?
think so.
Moving?
he's amazing, but he's not generational.
You can't make him in a factory like other players, bro.
There's niggas who.
He's
Trae Young,
really
Trae.
good. He's really good, but
I
he's not
think he can average 30
generational.
and 10. Like you know, like
I
I think
that's
he's
crazy, but
talented. I think he's talented, and you should.
Who else
work
have you
to
seen?
make
He's
him
not
Trae
even as
Young,
good as
like-
Prime Chris Paul.
Who else have you seen Trae Young play like?
Who's better, Prime
Young.
Chris Paul or
like a
Trae Young?
bootleg Curry. He's a bootleg Curry.
He's not a
Curry.
bullet because he has Steve
Bootleg
Nash in
Curry.
his
Don't
game
ask this
too.
guy. Don't ask this guy.
I said who's better, Prime Chris Paul or Trae Young right now?
Well, Prime CP, but it's two
Prime
different play
CP.
styles.
No,
But
no
it's like
debate.
You can
because
still
CP,
compare.
No
because
debate.
CP
I don't
was.
think
Both point guards. Yes, you
They're
can.
No
just saying
debate.
like just bare comparison without thinking about.
But
all
niggas
the
be hating on
white and
Chris
black
Paul.
comparison.
You gonna say that it's really Trey right now?
No. I'm saying CP, but for different reasons.
CP's the man.
Yeah, that's
He's
why.
better
You
than
can't, you can't ask him about CP, bro.
No, I said
In
CP is
general,
better
even I
I'm
don't
trying
even
to.
like
I'm trying to get
CP.
hit. I'm trying to see how he
because
feels.
CP like he's a floor general, and that leads to winning. And the way that his leadership is attached to winning is why he wins games. Was for Trae Young, like it's purely off his skill and his ability as to why they
that's
were
why
winning
they win.
games at
You
the
act
time.
like
And that's
Chris
why I
Paul
don't
is
think he's
no
that
winner.
valuable.
No, he does
Chris
have
Paul's a
skill,
better
but
passer.
he has
Yes,
other
skill.
attributes that lead to winning too. For Chris
Yeah,
Paul.
but that's why I don't think Trae Young is
Leadership.
as valuable that
No, I
I
agree.
can't
That's a fair-
possibly
that's
think
fair,
about
that's fair.
trading
But
him.
the
You know what I mean?
winning
Like niggas are trading away Chris Paul. Like,
right now, yeah.
No,
But
I'm
not
saying
like-
when he was in his
Yeah,
prime
he's fucking
too.
39, but
When he was in his prime
So
too. like-
as a GM, like how many Trae Youngs are Trae Youngs in this league?
bro, I'm
You'll
not
see
even
another
gonna
one
lie
in
to you.
Still, like
I'm
one
not
Trae
even
Young
gonna
is
lie
not
to you,
worth
You'll see
a
another one in
solid
10 years
complete
max.
team. Like
If you develop Jordan Poole, Poole, I think he could do the same
He
shit.
could.
Oh,
He
no,
could.
no, he
Dude,
can't.
yes.
I don't know.
Trae Young shows flashes.
Jordan,
of
no,
it.
no, no, no,
Playmaking
no,
wise,
no,
maybe
playmaking
not.
wise, no,
There's no
but
way.
scoring wise, yeah.
Shooting and scoring wise,
Scoring wise,
100%.
playmaking wise, and how he reads playmaking wise and how he reads
And,
offenses. There's
with
no way Jordan
development.
Poole.
But the scoring and shooting and the floaters and all that, he can
Volume
do
shooting that
everything.
Jordan Poole does is like Trae Young.
He's not as smart as Trae Young is.
He's not.
Trae Young has
That's
better
He's
shot.
the smartest guy
Yeah,
in the world,
that's why
either, bro.
Trae Young. He won't average 11 assists.
But that's why I
10
said
assists.
that's why I said Poole with some development he could do what Trae Young did.
Do you know the people nowadays that are being developed right now? They're all like trying to like imitate like high volume scoring now. So it's gonna be like you'll see one in 10 years.
Curry.
I'm thinking.
But I haven't seen one in the past to say, oh, this guy's Trae Young. I've seen him take.
Curry's a
pieces.
generational player.
He doesn't play like
And 10
Steph.
I
years
was about to
later-
say something outrageous.
We're just talking about like
Curry's a generational
we're just talking
player.
about how Trae doesn't move without the ball. So he just, by that defense, he doesn't
Give
play
me
like
another
Stephen
hoop, though,
Curry.
you know?
I never said he played like Stephen Curry. Who said
He said that.
Oh.
Like his
Back in the day, they're like he's a bootleg Steph Curry.
They were
No.
saying that coming out the draft because they were hoping he'd be that, but
No,
he's
he's
not.
not.
He's the 3-point shooter that they
No,
want.
So
but
that was before Steph
But
like
it
won
took
it
a minute to
again
get
and
to
all
that.
that shit.
Yeah, I'm saying he's a bootleg Steph Curry. Like
Yeah,
Trae
yeah,
Young
yeah.
is a,
He's
like
a bootleg
he
Steph
has all
Curry.
the-
I think Trae Young is Trae Young.
Bootleg
A
Steph
bootleg Steph Curry is so
Bootleg Steph
disrespectful
Curry.
to a
He
dude
doesn't-
averaging 30 and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't do anything. He plays. No, he
Not
plays. No,
bootleg.
he's
A
not.
bootleg. That's
Look,
disrespectful.
hold
No,
on.
it's not.
What is Curry's
They don't play the
main
same
thing?
They don't play the same.
Shooting.
They don't
But
play the
that's
same.
drawing.
All I'm asking is a question.
Answer his question.
What is
It
Curry's
doesn't matter.
main skill?
So it's
You're
Reggie
trying
Miller.
to make a point.
Wait,
not
let's
make
see.
a
Let's
point.
see where this
It's
goes.
crazy how
You gonna
they
say they
don't
play the
answer.
same?
I'm gonna answer. I'm answering. I'm
All right,
telling. Let's see where this
let's
goes.
see.
Let
Shooting.
them two speak.
Shooting.
Go ahead.
Shooting, okay. And how does he do it? What does he do it from mid?
Off ball or threes.
Mid
Threes.
threes, huh? Sometimes even deep threes, huh?
Yeah.
Who else shoots
God, dude, that's
deep
not that-
ass?
that's
You're
so
not
serious.
making a point, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Jordan
let's-
Poole,
I
Jordan
got this, I
Poole,
got this,
Jordan
I got
Poole
this.
shoots deep threes.
LeBron
Tyler
James.
Hero, Tyrese Maxey.
LeBron James.
Not pulling
I
up
got
like
it, bro.
Trey, bro. Trey is
Tyrese
Dame.
Maxey pulls up like Trey.
Dame does it better.
Yeah, Dame is
Dame is better at it.
Game has been to the same length as
Okay, Tyrese Maxey.
as Trae Young.
Now you think Maxey pulls
Western
it up like
Conference
Trey?
Finals?
If you watch Tyrese Maxey, you know he'd be pulling up from deep.
Not
Bro.
like Trey Young.
Yes, he does.
You think like Trey Young?
You haven't watched enough Tyrese Maxey.
He shoots like 32 footers.
Not the
He
same
shoots like
way he
32
does it though. Not the same way, but he shoots.
Thank you.
He shoots
Thank
deep
you.
threes though. That's
He
what
Wait, he's talking about. He's saying like, oh, you're just going like black and white. If someone shoots deep threes, they just play
Oh,
like.
small point guard shoot. He's Steph Curry. Come on, bro.
Who's the next? If you have to
go.
choose the next three
There's
players, no, I'm just saying. I know it's a vast gap. If you have to choose the next players to resemble Curry, I would pick like Lillard and then Trae.
Exactly.
Who would you pick?
No,
Nobody
either
resembles
of them. No,
Curry.
either of them. Don't.
Obviously,
Either of them resemble Curry.
I don't have to
Just
choose.
based-
Why?
I don't
Based
choose
off,
They don't
nobody.
based off
resemble
high,
Curry. They're not-
based off
you-
high, like
they
usage
don't
of
resemble Curry.
basketball, it's
Either
impossible.
of them.
Nobody, none of them, all
Either
of
of
them
them
combined
resemble
have
Curry.
0 MVPs. Steph got 2
Not
unanimous.
even that.
Saying next in line for how they play.
It's not even close.
Lillard and then Trae Young.
I cannot
It's nobody.
say
It's
this.
There's
just
no way you don't
nobody.
see it though. Like there's no way you can like.
No, because those. Let me tell you why I don't see it though.
Nobody.
Those players don't have the same
Nobody.
usage
That's
as
It's not ignorant. No, it's not. No, it's
Curry
not.
doesn't have the same usage as these players, and
Okay,
these players
okay.
have high volume and need the ball in their hands to be
Okay.
effective.
For
Curry
that scenario,
does
for this
not need the
situation.
ball. Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer
No,
because
disagree.
Curry does not need the ball in his hands.
Disagree.
What makes him look
Man,
way
spitting.
better.
Oh
Spitting facts.
No, like, you know why I
So you're
disagree?
Off of that fact, nobody plays like Stephen Curry.
You know why I
Just like that.
disagree?
I didn't say that. I'm saying after him,
There's-
who's like him.
Nobody.
like
But if you say it, if you
You're saying
say
Lillard's
that,
like
It's not even a dick riding thing. It's a play style thing.
He a top 10
No,
player of
it's
all time.
play
You think there's
style.
somebody like him?
It's play style. It's not even
It's
just.
like similar. I'm
It's
saying
not just skill set. It's play style. Nobody plays like Steph Curry does.
I want to ask him.
you can't
I want to ask
say
him
that.
what.
say
You can't
Trey
say
does.
that they're not.
No, yeah, nobody plays like
yeah,
Steph Curry
yeah,
does.
it's the play style.
It's play style. It's not just.
That would mean that defines his game.
It
Like,
is.
no, it doesn't.
Off ball is
So
his
you're
whole
telling-
game.
hold on.
That's literally the best part of Steph Curry.
No, see, you see the shit you got him focusing.
No.
You gonna tell me
You don't watch ball, motherfucker.
You're gonna tell me that his moving around without the ball
Yes.
is better than him with the ball?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
It's arguably more valuable.
Whoa.
It's arguably more valuable
Because
because nobody.
You
The
can
reason
go,
he's
bro.
so
You're the
good.
only one that thinks this.
Yeah.
You're the only one that thinks this.
apparently,
The only reason
You don't watch enough hoop.
this is about 65, huh?
Yeah.
Or like 55. You gonna tell me him fucking doing that and fucking moving around the ball is better than
How long does he have the ball in his hands per
forward?
possession? How long do you think he has the ball in his hands per possession?
I got a great way to
Oh,
spell
he
this.
pulled up a fucking bar.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
to
tweet.
spell this.
You'll see him like get some mix-ups in there because he has it in his back. But that's not his primary move though.
Who you want me to compare? Give me 2 players. I'm gonna compare Steph with someone else.
Oh my, no one's.
Everybody in the
no
league.
one's
We'll do Lillard.
No one's
For this sake.
comparing them. I'm saying if
No,
you
I'm
have
not
to choose
comparing.
the people
I
after
need to
them.
look up another
But you
player.
can't name other people.
Relax. I just need someone to look up, bro. Jesus Christ.
Did you ever find someone other than Lillard or Trae after that, or no?
Yeah, we're too loud. We're too loud.
Who do they name? Who did they name?
Hey, Gabe, that's a great question. And then the thing is that they might say,
Get the
no,
mic,
right?
get the mic.
But if you ask them, okay, fill the player.
Feel it. Feel it. Because it's Lillard and Trae.
All they
It's
say-
Lillard and Trae.
All they say is that there's nobody.
There's nobody like him. That's all I'm getting. Put someone there. Put someone there.
There's nobody though. I give you a reasoning as to why there's nobody on this. Like,
answer this question. Who plays like Jokic? Who plays similarly to Jokic?
Nobody.
There is.
Sabonis plays like Jokic.
Sengun too.
So and then Sengun before that.
They're not Jokic, but they have like certain similarities to
You
Jokic.
see a white European big
Dame
man.
isn't-
Oh,
these
Jokic.
players.
Understanding what
I understand what you're saying, but these players that you name, like Dame and Trey,
Okay.
they have no similarities to Stephen Curry's game,
No similarities.
to the play style, right?
All you,
Play
the
style?
only similarity is that they shoot long threes.
Yeah.
A lot of motherfuckers shoot
You
long
want to say
threes.
shooting like Dame?
You're
Yeah.
not even, you're not even talking into your mic.
No. That's a whole argument against him. He don't move without the ball. He don't do
Just
shit
pick and
without the
rolls. Just
ball.
pick and rolls.
He's talking about with the ball, dude.
Talking about off
Hey,
Every point guard does that.
This
but
hey,
that's
this
the point
discussion is
guard.
not gonna be
Dame
good
does
since
that.
everyone's
Just do
talking.
that the same thing.
The pick and roll is the most basic play in the game.
The discussion's not gonna be good if everyone's talking at the same time. It's not gonna be good to watch.
So Trae Young and Dame.
Dude,
We got three
look,
people.
look,
It's
look,
three
dude.
people on our
Look,
side
look.
now.
Hey,
Guys
hey,
might not know it, but there's three people on our side now.
hey,
Gun to your head, you have to name people after Steph. Yes, no one's like him. No one's like him. But who are you gonna name?
Subscribers.
it's not gonna. Okay, like at the end of
I'll
the day.
die.
Not
No,
even
no, no,
from
no.
then. It's only
At
people
the end of the day,
nowadays.
look, you
I'll pray to
can't.
God and die.
Here, I'm gonna address
What did he
both
say?
points.
Look at the first thing that pops up. By the way.
Huss.
What is it? What is
Bez.
Shoot, of course, off-ball thing is OP, and we get this.
We don't need to dominate the ball to dominate. No, but that's
Us.
not proving
Look,
shit.
look.
That's
Let
not
Mark go.
proving
Let
shit.
Mark
Here,
speak.
look.
Let Mark speak.
I'll address
I got
Gabe's
that.
point.
Let me
I'll
see.
address
Let
Gabe's
me
point.
see.
Let me
I'll
see.
address
Or
Gabe's.
without the ball, I'm gonna be hot as fuck, bro.
I'll address
be
Gabe's
upset.
point, and I'll address yours.
Okay,
alright?
okay. What
So
was
to
my-
Gabe's point was that like who would you pick next? The reason we say we're not gonna pick somebody is because there's literally nobody else does both as well as Steph Curry. Steph Curry is. Yeah, he's his on ball. If he wants to be Trey and he wants to be fucking what Dame does, he could.
He's in a good situation.
He better,
Yeah,
like
for
he's
sure.
better than
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are
yeah.
at what they do.
Correct.
But
Off ball.
but what makes him so great
Fact.
and what separates himself is the
Off
fact
ball.
that he runs around the
For
ball.
sure. Nobody's arguing.
Yeah,
the team.
and
I
okay,
got
but
stats.
team.
the point is nobody else does
team.
it.
No, nobody's arguing.
No one else does both. No one else does both.
That's what makes him the
Okay,
best.
that's why there's no point in saying, "Oh, who is like him?"
That's
Because
what
just because you say he shoots threes and he likes to come off screens, so does literally everybody else.
Give me
Like
other
who
players.
doesn't run
Give
the
me
pick-
other players.
What guards
Let me
don't
read
run
the
pick and
stats.
roll?
Let
The
me
leader
read
that
the
came to
stats.
mind was Trae Young
Let
and
me read
Damian
the
Lillard.
stats.
Person who disagreed.
Hold on. Let me read the stats, and y'all could decide if this sways your opinion or not. Let me just read this to you because this should convince you. Okay. During his MVP season, I'm assuming this means his first one.
Unanimous or the first one?
I'm not sure. Whatever. It's not saying here. 32.5% of his three. Okay, during his MVP season, Curry shot 32.5% of his 3-pointers off the bounce and 24% off the catch. So that's catch and shoot.
Yeah.
This year, he's down pulling up only 23.8 and shooting off the catch 34.5. So most of his shots are coming off the catch, off running out of screens. I'm not even done yet.
So they
Going,
switch.
hold on.
cook,
Get
let
him
him
more,
cook.
get him more off the catch shots is a good thing. Curry is more efficient on those attempts, 45.7 compared to 44.
But how many attempts?
What does that have to do?
He
He's more
shoots 10
efficient.
attempts a game, though.
Their whole play
It's far
style
more
is that-
efficient
What's
than
it
them.
matter?
That's not gonna
Their
come
whole
close.
play
Of course
style
it
is
fucking
There's no
matters.
point in even looking at that.
He'd be
We-
higher
It's not
if
just
he's
him, everybody
catching
else,
them
too.
less times
No,
than
but
shooting.
Clay and him are made to run around.
There's
this
more attempts from pull up than there is from catch and shoot.
That doesn't affect efficiency. It affects
Well,
the
yeah, that's
amount.
just their choice. It's not
That doesn't-
Steph's fault. You can't use the fact that he's not taking off the dribble threes against him.
No, he's
'Cause it's
using the
stupid.
field goal percentage.
Yeah, but you're saying like,
That's
oh, like
efficient.
That wouldn't it? Yeah.
It will, yes,
catch
it
and shoot.
changes, yeah,
And
but-
he's saying that it's better than when he pulls up, right?
Yes.
Okay, my point is, how many times does he pull up?
no, those are the
That
times.
doesn't-
Not,
well,
those aren't his percentages.
I'm just saying. Are my numbers right?
can be great
If
at both
If
things,
he
though.
caught it 10 times, right, and made it 8 times out of
Right.
10, and he pulled up, let's just say 30, and made 10, which percentage is gonna look better? I'm just
I
asking.
think that's an
But
invalid
you're
point because it
proving
doesn't-
our
He
point.
takes
You're,
more.
Just asking.
but you're proving our point.
It's
What
better like that?
off the ball? Yeah.
No, but okay.
What do you mean? You just proved our point.
The field goal, yeah, okay. You can have the
It's
field goal,
3-point
that's fine,
percentage.
that's
I'm
fine.
talking
But if
3-point.
He's dropping fucking 300 points with the ball and then 100 points off the ball.
He's not. That's the point. What he brought up, the percentage.
I said,
no,
let me reread it.
the
Let me read it.
percentage-
Maybe you didn't hear me.
He didn't read it right.
Hold on, he didn't hear me. He didn't hear me.
No, a question.
He didn't hear the stats correctly.
No.
1 year? His
listen to me.
MVP season? How many fucking years has he been in the
Hold
league?
on, bro.
No,
You let
they-
me
there
read-
was
you
2
didn't
years.
hear
They-
it.
they-
Go for it.
yeah.
I said Curry. Okay, let me read this year's.
Yeah.
Okay, that's during his MVP. Okay, this year, pulling up only 23% of the time and shooting off the ball 34.5%
That's
of
the
the time.
rate.
So
It's the rate.
technically, he's
It's the rate in
literally
which
shot
he's shooting
more
those.
off the ball than.
Yes, that's
And
the
to be
point.
honest, he should be less efficient because he gets more of those shots up.
Okay, but my question is, so that's for what year?
Let me.
This
MVP,
year?
MVP.
Why was the article
That was
made?
MVP.
No, the
Is
article for now.
Would you say this year's been his best year?
He's
And
averaging
he
30.
says
Yes.
if you brought him
One of
to
I think this is
season,
actually
right?
last year's,
Alright, we
but
play.
still, like, the point still stands. Like he drastically changed his play style in a year. You know
But
what I
his
mean?
play style is heavily dependent on the team he plays for. That
Thank
whole
you.
system and
Not
that.
true.
I'm not, okay, I'm
Good
not,
point,
okay, let me
good point.
let me say one thing.
This is a good point.
Let me say one thing, Hassan, before you want to cut me off and call me a loser.
Thank you,
All
Gabe.
the Warriors' offense is based on that. Yes, Curry
Moving
can
the ball.
do tween shooting.
It's not based on that. It's based off of Stephen Curry's play. Without Stephen Curry, the offense doesn't exist. The offense wins nothing.
They're not gonna
If
run
Stephen
back.
Curry goes to
They do
Portland,
win less,
hold
though.
up.
Yeah, they do
If
win
Stephen
less.
Curry goes to Portland,
They're
we'll
running
run
that
the same
offense.
system.
They're running that
with
offense.
Stephen Curry. Yes.
Because it's a good offense for that team.
No,
No,
they
good
don't
offense for
because of
Stephen Curry. It's
For that
the,
team.
the Curry is the
For that
offense.
team.
Curry's
For
the
that
offense.
team.
I
Curry's
see what you're
offense.
saying. I see what you're saying, but it is kind of true though. I think if
He
Curry
is
did
the
go
offense.
somewhere else, I think they kind of would
Well,
have that
Curry,
little bit of that.
what
play
other-
style.
That's how he's
what-
scoring. That's how he's
Wait,
getting.
hold
Not
on, hold
only
on,
that, that's his
But he can
game.
do
Hold
that.
up.
Like,
You've
it's not
seen
really
the
He can
Warriors.
do-
Let me
Exactly.
speak.
Yeah, sorry.
You've seen the Warriors. Yeah. You've seen the Warriors win in the finals, and they haven't been beaten by anybody besides what LeBron and somebody else and the
Injured,
Raptors.
yeah.
They made it to. You say they made it to the finals all the time.
Every time they make the
Yeah.
playoffs, they make the finals.
So wouldn't you? This is a copycat league. So wouldn't you say if that was a metric to winning games, wouldn't everybody else copy
I
that
wish
system?
they would. I wish they would do the same
They can't.
play.
They
They
can't.
can't
Yeah,
because they don't have
It's true,
Stephen
it's true,
Curry.
it's true.
So doesn't that mean Curry is the
But-
offense?
But see, that goes back to our point too. That a lot of it comes from the fact that he can fucking shoot. Okay, so you need to press up. And
So
then
you make it-
pass,
It's
you
not
can
just-
pass.
it's
Because he's the greatest shooter of all time. And
That's not
him
good.
and Clay.
If Westbrook couldn't shoot like how he shoots,
I got advanced stats here, actually.
Yeah, you
mean,
base
at-
your
at the
base your
end of the
offense
day-
off the players
Yeah.
that you
But
have.
he's off
And
ball.
Steph is the best off-ball shooter, on-ball with the
I
ball
got all
shooter,
stats here. What you
corner
want?
shooter, step back,
So
two
he's
tween
better
shooter,
off
any
ball
shooter
than
you
with the
want.
All right, let me check. Let me check.
But at the end of the day,
Well, yeah.
and then
I-
what? And then
the
what
point is we're
considered
not gonna
better?
we're not
Like,
gonna
more points.
we're not even talking about who's better. We're just comparing
style.
niggas.
Nah, I
to
think
anybody.
LeBron's better.
Obviously,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
better.
I think that's
Hold on,
what.
I got advanced
All right,
stats
last
here.
point,
Tell me,
last
tell me,
point.
tell me. So I got
No,
off
with
screen.
the ball,
No,
with
I
the
got
ball.
here. I got off
With
screen.
the ball, with the ball. That's
Hold
all I
on,
care.
let me read them to you. Fuck, bro.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying all we care about is the ones with the ball. Like if
Bro,
it's,
let me read. You gotta pick one.
Go.
Isolation. Let me read them. Pick one.
Hey, Ben, do you also have Lillard's up or no? Just asking. Or just
I can
Curry.
pull it up.
Go.
I want
I'm
to do
asking. Okay,
Go.
here's the
What else you
options.
got?
I'm trying to read them,
I didn't hear
motherfucker.
you.
Off screen, isolation, transition, pick and roll ball handler, pick and roll man. That's the guys who's
Yeah,
rolling.
no, no.
Post up, spot up, handoff, cut, put back.
handoff.
But that's off ball, right? That would be off ball.
No,
Handoff,
that's like
handoff.
cutting
How
to the
many-
rim.
I like handoff. Handoff.
That's off ball.
It is.
Or-
What do you
or-
want? I thought you want to
or-
see.
Yeah.
No, but it will cut too, right?
Cut is like, okay, he's cutting to the
Cut it to the
basket.
basket. Cut it to the basket.
Cut fall under your category. How many fall?
Okay,
under my
off screen is what I'm talking. It's
Off
off screen
screen.
threes.
Off screen
Off
is
screen.
off the ball, obviously.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay,
that's
this season,
one.
what do you
Goes
want?
off the screen and shoots, right? That's the one.
I got his possessions frequency, points per
Same
possession,
percentages.
points, field goals made, attempted, field goal
I'm
percentage.
just
Be
wondering
like,
if it helps
like to the corner.
mine or yours.
It's gonna
He's gonna help it. It's gonna help
It's
it.
gonna help us.
There.
So it's gonna say that off ball
He's a better
scored
shooter
more
off
points.
ball.
Let me compare.
That's correct.
Better
Well, I
shooter.
mean,
41, okay,
we're
it's
talking about-
41 off ball. This season, 41% off ball, and I'm gonna check. I can check
Lillard.
isolation. I'll check
Field goal?
isolation.
Are we checking field goal? What are we checking?
Field goal
3-point percentage.
Yeah, field goal percent for the threes.
What do you mean? Why?
Why not keep
That's
the
all
ball?
debate, right?
No, my debate is that with the ball, it matters more than off the ball. The field goal is not going to show that. Why
Yeah, it
not?
does.
The field goal is going to show that he shoots better. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
it
that
doesn't-
means he's better.
So
off
what the
ball
fuck is
than
your
on ball.
argument?
That he gets that him having the ball is more important than him without the ball.
What is that?
For
What do
shooting
you-
threes or just for the offense in total? I mean, yeah, he's their best player.
Wait, I have a
That's
question.
why I was like, I don't get what the fuck you guys are going to bring up.
I don't know about that
I have a
one.
question.
disagrees.
So if he's shooting more efficiently off the ball, why would you want him to have more of the possessions where he's the ball handler? If he's better off the ball, why would you put him in a position where
I
he's
get you.
the ball handler?
I get you.
When
That's-
also Draymond needs to do some shit, and that's his primary
That's
role.
another-
Then you want to get
You
others
that's
open.
like-
You want to get others open
You
too.
gotta get a
That's why I
contract.
brought the numbers though. That's why I brought the
They gotta get the ball to
If
Draymond.
you have
They got
8
kids to
of
feed.
10, right, off the ball, but then you take way more with the ball but your percentage is lower. You did better with the ball because you got more points or did more.
Wait, the
That's a
fluidity.
dumbass argument.
Yeah, either way,
You're saying,
okay, it's a moot hypothetical because
that's
it's
like
not the
scoring
case.
42 points on 42 shots
a
versus
moot point,
30
that's not
points
the
on
case.
10 shots. Who would you rather have?
But
You'd rather take
hold
42
on.
terrible
I agree,
efficiency?
but that-
No, I'm asking you. You'd rather take a motherfucker who scored 42 points on 20% or someone who scored 30 points on 80%? Which game would you rather
Oh,
have?
I like the 30 for 80 because it's only 12 off though. But that's my point. How big is this difference? That's why I keep asking you. If he's better,
How
with
marginal
the ball,
is it?
dog,
He's not.
The field
I
goal,
think we've
I
already
could give a
established
fuck.
that.
The field goal, I could really give a fuck. You're showing me that he's better at catching it and shooting it. That's fine. That's cool. My point is that when he has the ball, that is way more important than him moving without the ball.
What do you
I
mean
got this, I
important?
got
What do you
this.
mean
Like,
important?
I understand what he's trying to say.
It's not
Go
more
ahead.
important.
Go ahead.
Because
It's not more
Don't.
important because that's the root of the offense.
I understand, like, he's good with the
Oh,
ball.
shit's about to die. We got to wrap it up after this point. We got to wrap it up after
They
this point.
kept arguing two different things. That he's really good at shooting, sure, but that what makes him the best is the fact that he can move without the ball, right? My
and
point
the point
is
is
You're
that
strengthening our
it's
argument.
more important with him with the ball than
Let me
him
say
moving
this.
without the ball.
Go
So
ahead.
essentially, I'm saying his shooting is more important.
You're
than
saying
his
he's better with the
ability
ball
to
than
move
without the
ball.
ball, right?
That's my point.
But it's not
I know,
true. He's
Curry's
better.
Curry's suicide is a fucking bitch.
He's better off
That's
ball.
not what I
Here,
said, though.
here. Let me say
That's a
this.
different
Let me
thing.
say this. Let me say
I
I agree
this.
with you when we were talking about.
Let me just say this.
Curry
Let
off
Hustle
ball
speak.
is
wait.
Curry
We got to
off ball
end
is
this shit.
demon.
Hold on.
Better than when he's with the ball?
Yeah, he is. Curry off ball has a certain gravity to him too.
Not even that.
Like,
Like, yeah.
But we were talking about me and you before. That's a different thing.
The whole offense
The
moves
off
and
ball
Curry
thing-
cuts.
Hold
All right,
on.
that's-
Let Hustle
I
speak.
mean,
Yeah,
the whole
go on.
defense.
So
Hassan Cook,
I
Hassan
hear
Cook.
what you're saying with like you're saying he's better on with the ball in his hands than without the ball,
I
basically,
think
right?
that's more valuable than his off-ball shit.
That's not true because you want to get Draymond involved into the offense. You want to get Klay Thompson involved into the offense. He's a gravitational pull, like Gabe said. So when he's moving without the ball, others follow him, right? So you have Klay wide open, you have Japul wide open, Looney up for lobs.
You want it. I just have one last one.
Okay.
One last question. So if you took his shooting ability away,
Oh,
does
they're
he
done for.
still aspire? No, I'm just asking. Hold on. Does he still do as good? Is he still as valuable? Whenever?
Hell no.
Because of
He's
his
Ben
offense?
Simmons.
Let me break LeBron's legs and let's see
Hold
what
up.
he.
I want to see what he has to say.
That was funny.
Let's make 85-1.
That was funny, bro. That
Is
was
he
funny
good
as
at
fuck at
basketball?
that. That was
Cut all
funny
of
as fuck
KD's
just
fingers
now,
off.
bro.
Which one's more valuable?
The
If
shooting.
Gordon had
Shooting
his
is
legs-
the biggest thing.
But that was
But
funny
that's
as
not
fuck
what
to me just
separates-
now.
that's
Oh my
not-
God.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not okay. That's obvious.
Yeah, the shooting's
That's
the shooting's the
obvious.
most important.
Whether you say whatever you want from this point, you just agree with me.
Well,
okay?
obviously,
Doesn't matter. Boom.
We gotta end it. We gotta end it.
That's
We gotta
obvious.
end the pod.
Hassan,
We
you're
gotta
not
end
a
the
shooter.
pod.
You're not gonna be doing that.
But at the end of the day,
The whole point you're running is because you're a good shooter.
Hold on, you heard
Hold
that
on,
though,
shit's
right?
about to
Hey,
die.
hey,
So
hey.
hold on. There's two sides to Curry,
Hold on,
though.
we need to end this shit.
Yeah, okay, dude. Last,
We could go on this
We'll
forever.
talk about this after
the
the
last
the
point.
point is what we were talking about comparing, like who would be the next comparison to Curry. We're saying our main point was that Curry's game is so much different than the
L,
rest
L.
of the
No, it is.
upcoming
Agree,
people.
agree.
And there's
Not
no
against an L, not
point.
against an L.
There's no point in saying, oh, who's the closest Steph Curry or who plays like him.
Who's the next?
None of them
That's
niggas.
word,
No,
that's
they
word.
don't play like
L.
him.
You guys aren't
All right,
thinking.
all right,
Why are you
bet.
thinking?
Thank you.
They
Exactly.
don't
Let's say
play
Super
like
Bowl picks
Curry.
and end it.
We can talk about this
Okay.
Not
after
one
the
point
pod.
guard plays like Curry, and
Let's
that's
say-
the point.
Tommy.
Let's say our Super Bowl picks and end the podcast, bro.
Super Bowl.
Say it.
I got the Bears winning, bro.
Just introduce it.
You already know. I
got
got
the
the
Eagles.
Chiefs.
That's
We don't have to
wild.
reintroduce everything.
Chiefs. I got the other Kelsey.
I got the Eagles.
Eagles.
Which one? The
Eagles,
Eagles?
baby,
I
come
can
on.
see the Eagles winning. I'm not
Yeah,
like
the
super
Eagles.
crazy
Oh,
that they're gonna win. I just got to ride with my home.
Yeah, this nigga a Vikings jersey. I mean, it's a
Wait, what do
Vikings
you got
fan.
winning?
Eagles.
I can
Let's
see
make
the
a
Eagles.
$10 bet.
I gotta go for their fellow birds.
Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
$10 right here, baby.
Sure, I'm gonna have to
All right.
write that on too.